Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off his much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding. Allah named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off his much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding. Allah named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. Amoo the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious.
Assalamu
Do it now. You did it a few seconds
Assalamu
ago.
alaikum. Ahlan
He
wa
was like
sahlan.
jumping, he's like, woo, 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 something like like a dog barking, woo, 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 woo. Like what?
Assalamu
Dog
alaikum.
barking.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective. I am your host, Amoo Yum Yum. And with us from right to left, my right, Amoo Amir.
Assalamu alaikum.
The Amoo you love to hate, Amoo Yusuf.
That's right.
And the Amoo that can't sit still, Amoo Jeremiah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Known as Akhi Jitters.
Okay, yeah.
Akhi Jitters. Anyway, so first we have to disclaim.
Yes. We gotta put the disclaimer.
Yeah, we got.
Man, I'm so happy to see this disclaimer.
MashaAllah.
Because Farik was like, what happened to the disclaimer?
It's been a long,
It was looking weird.
long time.
The ratio was like 1 by 1.
Yeah.
But I know.
It was a ghetto ratio.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Very bad. Okay. Disclaimer.
Kool-Aid ratio.
The opinion of Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast, is based on...
Islam.
Islam.
Put the phone away. Islam.
Islam. I gotta do the sign language.
Yeah, the sign language. Our intentions are to be correct. However... What the...
Why is he clicking stuff?
I know.
Well, just read the.
However, we may not always be right.
Dude, I can't.
Others may differ in concepts, but these are our... Don't even point at that place, like last time.
This is sign language. What's wrong with you,
Yeah.
man?
Oh Lord. Okay.
Okay. Sign
Wait, they
language.
can't even see you doing the sign language because the disclaimer is.
That's what we're laughing at you.
I like it. I like it.
I'm like, why is he doing the signs?
Oh, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it
That's
out.
what he
man.
was doing.
It's like another intro for like a
That's
Sunday
what he was
show.
doing.
Like, what the heck?
Oh man, hold on,
What
man.
the heck?
Some Tai Chi. over there.
That's terrible, bro.
Yeah, I have this so we can see, you know.
That's very smart, very smart. Alhamdulillah, we have a young, smart,
We have a young smart
lad
boy,
right here.
young boy.
Yes,
Young boy.
alhamdulillah. All right, let's
Oh,
go and hit with the
Random.
what was it random?
Okay. Well, we had the random about was going to surprise you about the tube.
But he found out.
how beta that was.
It was very, very.
It was
beta.
very beta. How
Yeah.
it was a tube.
Yeah.
What?
Your bicycle tube.
Yes.
Instead of fixing it, you order a new bicycle.
No, he didn't have a new bicycle.
What do you order?
He ordered the tube.
I ordered a new interview.
Okay.
Instead of patching the tube.
And guess, he should have patched it.
Subhanallah.
He bought the tube. Then he said, "What? I will wait for 3 more weeks."
Yeah.
Because he's gonna take it to the
I'm
shop.
going to take
Yeah,
it to the
yeah.
shop.
And guess
to the
who
shop.
fixed the bicycle today?
We did.
Yeah,
Primarily
yeah.
Yusuf.
And guess what
I
new
saw.
business we have? We're gonna open up.
Yes.
So if you have an electric bike and you need to change the tire,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know.
And you're too beta to change the
We
tube.
can only do
But, hey, but that's not the random.
Yeah.
okay.
The random is when me, Yusuf, and Jeremiah went to Kebabchi, right?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
no.
But you gotta hurry up though.
After the soccer.
He was simping.
Oh yes.
Man.
Come on, Jay.
Yeah, it was ultra simple.
Simping,
It
man.
was ultra.
So
And the lady was
she
giving a
looked
life
like
story.
this. She looked like this.
Don't make fun of Allah's
I'm
creation.
just saying, no, she had the makeup.
Oh, yeah,
the makeup.
the
The makeup
makeup,
looked
yeah.
okay, anyway.
The wings.
Yeah. She had like.
Fly away.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she's talking
Okay.
and she's not saying anything.
Just like live story. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
you gotta eat. This
she's not saying anything that's like intriguing or interesting,
Yeah.
right? But he like. As a matter of fact, he had his hand in his pocket. You like,
No. Then he put the glass, like the Ray-Ban glass. Like,
yo.
put the glasses on. And
He
I'm
like like chips.
I had the glasses on.
yes.
Yeah, you was simping.
Man.
dude.
Was I
And we're telling him,
simping?
yeah,
Was I
yeah.
simping or was I pimping?
No.
No. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though.
Pimps are the biggest simps.
They are.
Pimps are the biggest.
But
simps.
he was
another
initiating
topic.
the simpiness
Yeah.
from the beginning of the entrance,
Yeah, man.
Okay.
and during the exit, it was like level
Round-
9,000.
Yeah, you did simp. You did simp from the front door.
Yeah.
Like round 2?
Yeah.
No.
That was like simpish.
Man, subhanallah.
I gotta read that book, man.
That was
I gotta read that
terrible.
book.
Read the book, bro.
Read the
All
book.
Also,
I don't know what book y'all talking about, but still, yeah, read the book.
Okay. So anyway, let's go
Anyway.
ahead with the subject, Tanya, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Get a couple of folks.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'
Okay.
is the hot topic,
The
which
topic
is masculinity / femininity, the Islamic point of view, POV. Okay. So we have some adilla,
Okay.
some evidences to bring the point home from the books of Islam, inshallah ta'ala. So we're going to define masculinity
first, yeah.
and then the counter is femininity,
Yeah,
but we're going to
absolutely.
define masculinity first, inshallah ta'ala.
Okay.
So start from right.
Oh, so he's gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah, like what does
Really?
it,
What
What does
what
it
is your
mean?
view of
Yeah.
masculinity in Islam? What is your view?
and there is silence.
Man, I haven't looked into it like from the Islamic perspective, to be honest. But
So
just something.
what was you practicing?
Masculinity, I know
The
like,
whole time.
masculinity from more of a
Fitra.
natural,
Yeah.
from a natural standpoint.
So
now
you're
like-
practicing naturally, but not
Islamically.
Yeah.
okay.
That's good. That was good. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I mean, and that's honestly that's why I'm here, like to.
No, but when somebody asks you, like, how do you define masculine or masculinity?
masculinity,
Yeah.
but through the Islamic lens, is that the question, or is it just
No, but
masculinity?
Just in general,
define
how do you
masculinity,
define
just
it?
real quick.
Islamically.
Just that's a hard question for me to answer.
It's not hard.
Not-
Like when that guy that said amazing, he said, "What is a man?"
Yeah.
How would you define that?
So a man is.
Well, men are necessarily masculine though.
Correct.
So
Islamically.
I thought a male is not necessarily masculine, but I mean, every male has masculine traits. It's just whether
No.
or not they're suppressed or not. Because they'll come out one way or the
the
other.
predominant trait is how it's going to be defined. I was watching my wife was watching this show is I think it's set in Britain or whatever, right? And the guy, there's a white lady detective and there's a black guy detective. He had an earring in his ear, was always sus, and he's talking with that British accent, and it's hard to see masculinity with him.
Because of the accent?
Yeah, it's like a feminine.
Language?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Anyway,
Yeah,
talking
bruv.
like a road
Yeah,
man.
bruv.
Yo, bruv.
Oh, like a roadman, yeah, a roadman, yeah.
Done know. Man come true in it. You know what I'm saying?
in it.
In it.
No, but
Yeah.
so masculinity, like, okay, let's look at men have testosterone, right?
Really?
So that
But
separates
so do women.
us. So
though.
masculinity
Women
is
have
tied into
testosterone
that.
too.
No, not really.
The ones you know.
Predominantly.
That you know.
Okay, if women have testosterone, men have
It's just
higher
the-
levels.
yeah,
okay?
there you go, yeah.
So that has to do with like why we're like stronger, and certain masculine traits would be, leadership,
Also, how to change.
being
Tires?
able to. No.
Women have leadership too. The guy was talking about how with his company,
Yeah.
the manager is a woman.
Okay.
She's managing these truck drivers or whatever guys, and she manages them very well. Because when men manage them, it's like a challenging ego thing. Say she don't have that. She don't get into petty arguments with them and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. She just
Yeah, 'cause they all beta.
logistics. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So,
What do you say? No, beta.
no, but I'm saying
joking, I'm just
that's
that-
what she was saying. So
So that's how you define in a simple term.
Well, I mean, like I said, like
No,
I'm just pulling stuff up from the air here. Like
Okay.
my original answer is I don't know how to define it really.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
masculine is toxic.
Whatever.
No. Masculinity, as I would, I'm not going to define it Islamically. I'm going to define it just again,
In general,
like you said,
yeah.
in general. From
When you hear the word.
because we're going to go into the Islamic definition
Yeah.
of it. But it's dominant. It's a dominant. The speech of masculinity is dominant, versus the femininity, which is soft. Okay.
Okay.
When a woman gets dominant, it gets high. The mid range gets high, right?
My ear hurts.
Think about it. The mid range goes high.
Right.
When a man exemplifies masculinity or exudes masculinity, it gets
You get that
deeper.
bass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You get bass. You get
But
the
that's
lows.
an example of masculinity.
Yeah.
It's like what is
I
masculinity?
said domination.
Okay,
The
okay.
domination.
Okay.
You're dominant in your in the way you move, the way you speak. Authoritatively, you're dominant.
According to
You know-
this here, it says qualities or attributes regarded as characteristic of men.
Well, it gives
Handsome, muscle, driven.
Yeah, but that's not masculinity. Handsome, not masculinity.
You could be.
I know some ugly masculine dudes.
Okay. So you done, or are you still gonna
So that doesn't
talk
help
more
us.
about that?
Oxford American Dictionary.
You're still defining it.
not help.
You're still defining it.
I'll be done. I'll be done. Go ahead. I'll be done.
What's your definition, Yusuf?
So here's the thing. The way I define it, you have the physical, the what appears to be the dahir, the physical,
Okay.
and also the character base.
Okay.
Right. So when we talk about the physical, like strong. You talk about strength, right? There's a muscle. You can see there's some sort of power.
So he says strong strength muscle.
Can't find the proper word.
Right.
man.
Say, what do Yusuf and Muhammad and Jab have in common? Salad.
Can't find the proper word.
He said it's a word salad.
Yeah.
Strong muscles,
So you have
masculine muscle.
These qualities,
Go.
like when you look physically, there's a difference between the man and the female.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one. Then when you talk about the character, you have, for example, the
Facial hair.
the behavior. Facial. Yeah, that's one. Bravery. Also taking in charge.
Risk taking.
Risk taker.
Okay.
Solution oriented. Basically, lead.
According to you, bungee jumping.
Bungee jumping, whatever. He just added that. So the opposite of masculine. Like when you think about the word masculine, in charge, right?
Yeah.
Authority, right? Quwwa means again strength. Quwwa, right? So
Brace
Say it in French.
Abrasive.
yeah, abrasive. Yeah. So sometimes you look at some folks like Young was saying that you will see some folks that look like muscle, but they talk like you know what I mean.
Oh,
they might even behave opposite.
I want to say something about masculinity,
Uh-huh.
real quick. Okay, now let's look at Fresh and Fitna. Okay, Fresh and Fitna versus Mahdi Tajani and Abu America. Let's take the two sides, right?
I have to bring that all the time. Okay,
No. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Now, if you were in a prison day room,
Uh-huh.
because they're all men. They're all men in the male's prison. All men, right?
Right.
And it's a gladiator. It's a gladiator arena. Okay. When Abu American and Mahdi Tajani walks into that day room, together or individually, nobody's expecting booty, and nobody's expecting commissary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They
Commissary.
set a tone.
Commissary means that
Your food, right?
what your parents send you or what your family send you, you giving me half of that.
Wow, that happens.
So
Why don't they tell the warden like, hey, these guys?
Oh man.
dude. If you talk fun, yeah, you better not ever go. You better not ever
These
go.
guys are picking on me.
But check it out. Yeah. Leave me alone. So if Mahdi Tajani and Abu American walk in,
Yeah.
they're not expecting any intimate gratification. They're not expecting
Right.
any financial
Right.
gratification. Okay,
Yeah.
nothing. Okay,
A Muslim.
because they exude masculinity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now, if Myron and Fresh,
The other fake guy.
if they walk into the day room,
Yeah,
dude's
blow
gonna be
up.
like this.
Touchdown.
You know, when the ref goes like this,
Hey,
that means it's good.
Oh, okay.
Remember that guy from?
You went right through the hole.
Hey, remember that guy?
I'm saying you went right through the middle. I'm telling you.
Remember the dude from the what is it called? Is that a Boondocks, right? That dude was. His
Oh
name?
yeah. The politician.
No, not the politician. the other guy from the
booty
prison.
board, they call
Yeah. But the politician was scared of him. Yeah.
It's all about that.
Yeah, but check it out though. I'm saying like that's a vivid
Yes.
visual display of masculinity versus femininity,
Right.
Yeah.
or lack thereof of masculinity, right? Beta type, right?
Beta.
Okay.
If Fresh and Fit walk into a prison day room, dudes will be like, yes. I'm telling you, because they're going to expect money,
Yeah.
free commissary food, money, whatever, and they're going to expect
booty.
Yeah. They want to expect intimate encounters.
Yeah, no,
right?
Yeah, intimate encounter. That's a better way.
Intimate
That's a better way
encounter.
to put
Yeah,
it. That's a better
So
way.
I'm saying
That's a
that.
good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So go ahead.
What do you think? What do you think about this word?
I mean,
Masculinity.
what else can I add?
And before
to
you
it?
continue,
Yeah.
for those, thank you so much for the comments. We're going to inshallah go through them. We're just basically right now talking about just general idea. Then inshallah we'll talk about from the Islamic perspective in a few minutes. Go ahead.
I don't know what else to add to it. I mean, I think you guys have mentioned all the defining characteristics of what masculinity would be. You know, from a standard point of view. You know, I agree with that.
Just observe. We're just observing. We're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
getting into the evidences right
Yeah.
now. We're
Yeah.
just observing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, going back to you said not only the physical characteristics, but from the actual traits, you're looking at leadership. You're looking at someone who takes risks. You know, that's it can be brash at times.
You're looking at protective. You know, protective
Right.
aura. There's a protective
Yeah.
aura there.
Yeah.
You know, a woman walking down the street with her child, and a male jumps out. You know. And try to accost them.
Yeah.
You know,
And you see this?
She's looking around for what? A woman?
No.
She's looking for a masculine figure to
Stronger
come in.
Strength.
Right?
Strength.
Yeah.
You know?
They got little, petite, beautiful women that'll be with this big gelatinous dude. All right? And if you listen to the language,
Big words.
they'll say, I'm with this guy because he has that aura of don't mess with my little lady.
Yeah.
I'm saying he has that aura. That's why bouncers look like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
not always in shape. They always massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway.
There's still strength there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through and of course, when we talk about the femininity, that's the opposite of that.
Right.
Let's go through some of the comments real quick. Amir, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. She said, Assalamu alaikum, content is advancing. Jazakallah khair.
Alhamdulillah.
Sister Tami, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam wa
Assalamu
rahmatullah.
alaikum.
Then Coach Kareem is in the house. Interesting topic, brothers. Then Coach Kareem made a point here. It's collection of masculine behaviors based on masculine personal traits. Half of it is biological, and the rest is sociological, socially engineered.
Yeah. Learn behavior.
Learn behavior. Okay,
I think
awesome.
that kind of ties in with what you were saying,
Yeah.
like the biological with the physical,
Yeah.
and the sociological behaviors. Learn kind of what the characteristics.
Exactly, because when you talked about male and men, right?
Yeah.
Not every male. Which was it?
But every male is
A man, but
yeah.
every man is a male.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Monkey
Yes,
do,
sir.
monkey say.
'Cause
Anyway.
It depends on how you define man.
Yeah, exactly.
but-
So
He's a
make
man.
it till you fake it.
Make up, man.
Okay, so this is Tommy said, women can be in leadership. In what opinion, men are the strong ones who do the dominant work, such as constructions. Women can be in leadership. Okay, let's see.
We'll get to that, yeah.
Let's see. Amir, what's happening? All of you are naturally men. Okay. John May. John May.
John May. You know John May.
Yeah, we're supposed to, hang out or something, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
It's about the Islamic perspective, then based on definition of masculinity, how do the Islamic sources define it? What sources disagree with the cultural definition and which source agree with it? This is very important because nowadays in the modern time, there's a huge attack on men, emasculation, and the whole structure of family and what man's supposed to do according to Islam is just basically flipped.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a lot of chaos because, since mankind or men in general, they have their mind is limited, so the information and the laws that they put out there is going to be very limited
Absolutely.
and imperfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I think is responding. This one, brother's bro, responding to Tammy. They can't, as it is not permissible for them to deal with men in the way they do in today's time. I guess he's commenting on Tammy's leadership of women. Amir said, skydiving, Superman, leaping from small buildings in a single bond. John Henry with a hammer in his hand. Paul Bunyan, Nate Turner, Malcolm X. Okay.
Oh, these are examples.
Yeah,
I guess.
examples.
Actually,
So
yeah.
Tammy says, sorry, I'm driving and watching. No, you're not supposed to text and drive. Just listen.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I tell the brothers, so don't text and drive, please.
Yeah, don't type that.
Okay.
So
Please
anyway,
just listen. Yeah. All right.
okay, we caught up. We caught up to the comments. So let's go into the Islamic some Islamic points of masculinity. Inshallah ta'ala.
Basically, in Islam, there's a concept called ar-rujula, means
Okay.
manhood, right? So part of the thing with the rujula, it talks about shaja' means bravery. It talks about muru'a means akhlaq and manners. But there are many books was written on the subject, not necessarily from the modern time about what masculinity, what men is, but it talks about in the Quran and Hadith some of the characters of men, right? The good characters and the bad characters. Something for the female, the good characters and the bad characters. But if we as a Muslim, we can look at most of the, let's say all the prophets. We look at all the prophets, we can see from their character how they, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent them to their tribe, how they behave, how they dealt,
Yes.
right? You can see the masculine character because they were leading and they were also getting attacked from different angles. That's one. Then we also have to look
Prime
at
examples.
prime example. Then we also have to look at Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was our best example, and the Sahaba. What the heck was that? And the Sahaba. And the Sahaba. If you look at the Sahaba, you can definitely find different characters, right? So there are many. Unfortunately, we won't be able to cover all of it. So I have some few. So when it comes to the Quran, so some of the characters of the Quran describe men. For example, let's see. Right here, there's an ayah from the Quran. What surah is this? Let's see. من المؤمنين رجال صدقوا ما عهد الله عليه فمنهم من قضى نحبه ومنهم من ينتظر وما بدلوا تبديلا. Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 23. So here Allah describing the believers. Mu'minun, it's not male and female. Mu'min means just a male Muslims,
Yeah.
right? Because mu'min, one.
It's male dominant, but
Yes.
it encompasses females.
Yeah, but on this one, it was actually talking about the men.
Men.
The men only. See, for kalimat al-mu'minun, jama' mudhakkar. So Allah is specifying right now in this ayah that it's about the men. So one of the characters what is it? They speak the truth.
Okay.
They speak this is one of the characters of being a man. Okay, being a masculine is to speak the truth. Okay, that's one. And then second thing is ahd. Ahd is like when you promise and fulfill the promise, which nowadays a lot of Muslims don't do in business transaction. You know what happens? Yeah, one of the characters is that when you make a promise of something, whether it's business or just anything in general, you fulfill it.
Trustworthiness.
Trustworthiness. Yes.
And you know, speaking of the qualities of a believer,
Yeah.
right? But the Quraysh, the pagans of Quraysh had those qualities. They didn't like to be called a liar. They didn't like to fail victory. If they promised, they had a characteristic of, I'm going to keep my promise because I don't want my name to get soiled.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
as not keeping promises and things like that.
Yeah.
So when they made treaties and things like that, of course Allah knew that they would break the treaty, but they didn't make the treaty with intention on breaking it. You know what I'm saying?
Later down
they,
the
they,
line,
they tried. Yeah, it took a while. They
Yeah.
tried to uphold it, and their word was their bond, as they say in New York. You know,
Yeah.
So
word
that's,
is bond.
that's
you know?
honor and dignity.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
we're looking at. Yeah.
So, and in the comment section, if some of you can add, feel free to add in the comment section what do you think about masculinity or manhood from Islam point of view. Same thing with you guys, right?
Okay.
So, sadq and ahad, you know, truthfulness and trustworthiness. This is my favorite one. Qawamun. So that's one of the characters of
Yeah.
men or masculine men have to have the qawama.
Yeah.
The concept of qawama is not, unfortunately, when they translate, they say protector or, oh no, not protector. They say provider,
Protector, maintainer.
maintainer, protector. Some say authority, because even if you maintain,
It means to manage.
manage, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because even if you maintain, even if you protect, doesn't that mean you have to have an authority to do that?
Well, you have to be seen as an authority.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like for instance, you get into a fender bender or dispute, you call 911.
Yeah.
They come as an actual authority to you know, to take the report and whatever else they're going to do.
Yeah.
And then to keep things down, we're supposed to, you know, peacekeepers, right?
Yeah.
So you're calling them as an authority. You're not calling them as, you know.
Okay.
Another thing, like if I'm protecting someone and they don't see me as an authority and I tell them something to do, they're not going to do it. So
Yeah.
they have to see the protector as an authority in order for
Yeah,
there
have
to be
Okay.
successful protection.
All right, so I'm glad you mentioned this, because sometimes what people do, they take the word qawwam and they twist it a little bit. They say, oh no, you're just a provider. You just give me money, right? You just you just provider. You just give me money, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's odd because
which is actually part of it. Yeah, I mean because it deals with the husband.
Yeah.
The husband is supposed to take care of the family, because it says here al-qa'imun ala khidmat umur an-nisa bima yurdi Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That means qa'im, the one who's the qawama, the husband, is to take care of or serve the wife's matters, right?
Okay.
What pleased Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Right.
Okay, and it says here, وتقع القوامة بمسؤولية الزوج عن أهله في أمره بالصلاة. For example,
As a wife and family.
yeah, so the husband is responsible to tell the family, hey, go make salah, go do this.
Yeah.
You know, because Ismail alayhi salam, there's an ayah here that Ismail alayhi salam says in Surah Maryam, ayat 55. وكان يأمر أهله بالصلاة والزكاة وكان عند ربه مرضيا. So Ismail alayhi salam used to advise his family to, hey, make salah, make zakah and stuff like that. Okay?
Yeah, when all the kids are there on the weekend, you know, I'm up
Yeah.
and I have to get everybody up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even the babies come to Salat now, you know.
Alhamdulillah.
So if I roll out of bed, you know, I say, make Salat? They roll out. You know, they roll out
Mashallah.
for the Salat, you know. So yeah, even the babies.
That's
But
tight.
yeah, so I'm the one that actually has to, you know, get them up. Very few times I get up and they're already up. Very few times, but like I said, if I'm not running that, if I'm not running that situation,
Yeah.
I don't see them getting up because that alarm be going off and they ain't hearing it. They ain't
Yeah.
hearing it.
But even the word qawam, they've been abused a lot because some people redefine it, and of course, unfortunately, feminists, they redefine it as well, but they don't understand that the man's.
Do they redefine it for their own agenda?
It's possible because one of the character of man is to what? To lead the family. And this is not just for Muslim, because even with the non-Muslim, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see
They call it traditional. They just call
Yeah.
it
They
traditional.
just call it
So-
tradition.
because,
Go ahead.
exactly, because they lead the family. You know, they're in charge.
Yeah.
Right? So qawama is part of the character of the manhood or rajula in Islam.
Yeah.
So that's three, right? I mean, again, there are many, but I'm just
Yeah.
mentioning whatever I can grab.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, we want to talk about the sidq and the ahd. We also talk about here. Let's see. الطاعة الكاملة, the complete obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Wow.
Is part of the manhood, okay, and how Islam defines it. So there is an ayah in the Quran, Surah An-Nur, ayah 37. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, رِجَالٌ لَا تُلِيهِمْ تِجَارَةٌ وَلَا بَيٌّ عَنْ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. That means, so when you do business, when the time for ibadah, for salah comes in, you don't worry about the business.
You go to the
You go do
Jummah.
your business, you go do your Jummah, you go do your salah, because you know Allah provides. You're not too worried about it, like, you see what I'm saying? You focus on the ibadah. So it says here, وَتَكْمَلُ الرُّجُولَ فِي الطَّاعَةِ الْكَامِلَةِ, the complete obedience. لِمَا جَاءَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, what it came in our deen.
Okay.
From dhikr and tasbih and iqamat as-salah and so forth, right? So that's, again, a character of what? Manhood or masculinity from Islam, okay? وتتمثل الرجولة في إظهار القوة والبأس والشجاعة. Also, it says here that it's okay to show strength,
Yeah.
okay?
today they call it toxic.
Yeah, strength. What do you call it?
If
Bravery.
a man acts manly, they call it toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
It's like what Patrice O'Neill said. He said having women work around men, it's like having a grizzly bear work around salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
so
only
true.
salmon, but salmon with honey on it. You
You know,
know what I'm saying?
it's funny
And
because
then if you go raw, they say, "Oh, HR, the grizzly bear did grizzly bear stuff."
it is funny
You know?
because
Yeah.
what's his name? There's a psychologist, Dr. Sean T. Smith. He has a video on YouTube who talked about that if you go to the American Psychiatric Association, whatever the organization,
Yeah.
right? He was basically saying that it's not science anymore. It's more like a political. It's more like an
Yeah.
agenda. So
It's pandering.
It's pandering. So
Yeah.
the feminist organization, the One Empowerment or the second organization, interjected that being masculine is toxic. So what they were referring to is old school man who lead the family, who's strong, you know, and like, you know, in charge. Oh, that's toxic.
The way it's been since the beginning of man.
Yeah, which is
And only recently now it's just become toxic in the last 30, 40 years maybe?
yeah. So
You know?
I wonder sometimes.
that.
I don't think that long.
No, not even that
I don't
long.
think
Yeah,
it's
not even that long.
Because I wonder sometimes if
The
a
seeds were
burglar.
planted.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the burglar. This is he was saying that this is actually not legit, right? So if a burglar comes to my house, I guess I don't have to defend nobody anymore. Tell the lady, hey, go take care of the stuff. I'm gonna take a nap, right? Because sometimes one brother said that it is okay for you to exhort or
Exude.
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 Yeah.
exude some sort of strengthen violence.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you're gonna defend your family, how are you gonna defend your family?
Yeah, just debate.
Somebody gonna let's time to attack your kids, your wife, your mom, your brother, or your father. You're just gonna sit there.
Just talk them out of it.
At that moment.
So
yes.
I mean, you have to be smart because it's surrounding.
No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm being
every
sarcastic.
situation will
Yeah.
require some type
Right.
of response.
So
to
if
it.
if you're not trained, if you're not prepared, if you always like this, how are you gonna defend?
Yeah.
In fact, do you remember that Joe Rogan when he had this one of the MMA fighters and she was like saying that her boyfriend whatever was going through some sort of argument and somebody tried to like hit him and he did like this and gave him the finger.
Yeah, she lost.
She just lost respect.
She lost all respect for him. Yeah.
Because that's woman's nature is to be protected by somebody. Does that make sense?
And she's probably stronger than him.
Allah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean.
But I mean, just I'm
don't
saying,
know
like,
if
even
she's
if that,
stronger.
Look,
psychological,
my two oldest kids, their mom, her boyfriend was this looked like Amistad, like he just got off the ship. This big old tall dude, right? And they were at a gas station, and I don't know if he brushed up against another guy, smaller guy, whatever. And he turned around and said, "Hey man, watch out." He's like, "Oh man, like that." She said she was done.
Wow.
Yeah, because she used to me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Been a little jerk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she lost. She said she lost it after that because he bullies her. But then this dude at the gas station, he bowed down. You know what I'm saying? Almost took his shoes off.
Exactly.
But anyway.
Then there's another hadith, if you remember this hadith, Sayyid al-Shuhada Hamza bin Abdul Muttalib, the master of the martyr is Abdul Muttalib radiallahu anh. It says here, Sayyid al-Shuhada Hamza bin Abdul Muttalib يوم القيامة ورجل قام إلى إمام جائر فأمره ونهاه فقتله. That means a person who actually gave nasiha or spoke against the unjust ruler. And of course, if he died, then he's become a shaheed. And another hadith, أفضل الجهاد كلمة حق عند سلطان جار, is to speak the just against an oppressive ruler. So part of the masculine character, when you see an unjust ruler, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, you gotta speak up, you gotta correct, you gotta.
Boy, there's some of that happened. They're raising some beta dudes.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, how is not masculine to speak the haqq?
Yeah, very masculine.
Right?
Very
So that's also one of the trait, which is also from the hadith. In fact, if you look at the Quran, Surah Ghafir, وَقَالَ رَجُلٌ مُؤْمِنٌ مِّنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ يَبْتَمُ إِيمَانُهُ أَتَقْتُلُونَ رَجُلًا أَنْ يَقُولَ رَبِّيَ اللَّهُ وَقَدْ جَاءَكُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ. So this is like, facing Fir'aun as well.
Yeah, look at Musa alayhi salam.
Right.
And now Musa, they say his strength was
Yeah.
you couldn't weigh it, you couldn't record it. They basically say he barely touched that Egyptian soldier.
Yeah. And
And killed him. You know what I'm saying?
him,
They
yeah.
really strong.
Yeah.
But look, even though Allah told him to give kind words to Fir'aun,
Yeah.
people try to use that. They try to use that. Oh, you got to always get no. That was strategy. This man could murder everybody. So you go to him with kind words, but you don't deviate from the haqq. You don't deviate from the haqq. But he's given that mission to go there.
Yeah.
Didn't refuse to go. He only asked that Harun, go with him. Alayhi salam. Why? Because his speech.
yeah.
He had a speech impediment.
Absolutely.
So that's why he said, my brother is more eloquent in speech. Let him accompany me.
Right.
Okay. So, but he's going to the Malikul Dhalimeen. I'm saying he's the
Yep.
king of oppressors.
Yeah.
Going to him. And Allah says, speak kind words. But Musa alayhi salam still went. See? He knew the dangers of it and he still went.
And it's so amazing because the hadith talks about it, but there's also in the Quran, like Surah Ghafir, that's the lesson. That's part of the masculine trait. You need to speak the haqq. Of course, you just got to be smart about it, how you do it, right? And not completely be quiet and just, the worst thing when you defend the oppressor, that's hella beta. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the whole
that's
level of that. Man.
that's a big time beta,
When you defend the oppression in the name of, well, you actually try to use Islamic evidences for what
And
they're
try
doing.
to,
So
blame the oppressed.
and that's hella.
I know, man.
That's hella beta, man.
It is a big time.
That is not masculine at all. You're
Because-
making an excuse. Here we're learning. All of us are learning that what speaking the haqq against dhulm,
Against
speaking
injustice.
the haqq,
Yeah.
speaking the
Yeah.
truth against oppression.
Yeah.
And if you're killed for it, you'll be with the master of the martyrs. Okay, you'll be like the master. You'll be like not just a Shaheed, but you'll be with the top, like Hamza.
Hamza
right,
bin
you know
Muttalib,
what I'm saying?
radiyallahu anhu.
So again, we're learning that, and they're learning what? To defend the oppressor, because that's what Islam calls for.
Yeah.
Now we have a clear difference of opinion right here.
Yeah, I guess they're still caught up in that blue pill mindset. You know what I mean? They cannot skip out
No,
of
the
it.
blue throw.
mindset.
Blue Kufi mindset.
Yeah.
We were red over here, buddy.
So
We
alhamdulillah.
started game war.
So remember in the beginning we talked about looking at the prophets, right? So the Quran
Yeah.
goes back and talks about one of the signs of the rujula. If you look at Anbiya, Allah alayhi salatu wasalam, from Adam to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam to Yusuf alayhi salam, when he faced the Imrat al-Aziz, the kings of, the lady was trying to seduce him, right? Then the strength of Musa alayhi salam, and his compassionate to when he was facing with Shu'aib alayhi salam and his wife, for example, right? And also how to وعندما وقف أمام طغيان فرعون, when he stood in front of the Taghi, the Fir'aun, يصدع بالحق. Then the humbleness of Sulaiman alayhi salam, the way he speaks to the ant and the hudhud. See the combination, strength, but there's a compassion. Strength and there's a kindness. It's mashallah balance.
You gotta know when and where to apply
Exactly.
each trait.
Right.
As Muhammad SAW said, the best among you is he was kindest to his wife and children.
Exactly.
Right? So that kindness, that kindness is part of the masculinity.
It is.
You know how to calm, you know how to cool her eye, you know how to calm her, you know how to make her feel secure.
Exactly.
You know all of that. You know the kind words that she wants to hear. You know all of that.
It's funny, I'm Yemen, because I was reading this book by Dr. Robert Glover. It's called No Mr. Nice Guy.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah,
He was saying people that argue a lot in marriage or are abusive are actually not masculine or alpha, because they're actually beta.
Yeah.
They're weak, they're holding it, they don't put a boundary, they don't, speak up, they don't even,
Oftentimes,
Let's look at this. Okay. We say alpha because that is the leading male. If you
Yeah.
think about a movie, the lead male role,
Yeah.
right? Okay, and you say beta, which is secondary. But a beta is a leader also.
It can be, yeah.
Beta is a leader also.
Yeah.
But think about it. If you are beta with your wife and an alpha walks up,
yeah.
Yeah, what's going to happen?
who was it Elon Musk? Whose wife smiled at the guy?
Oh,
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
DiCaprio.
Yeah, Leonardo walked by.
Yeah.
Clearly, Jeff Bezos,
You know
his
that
name
is.
is, and Leonardo DiCaprio,
He
he walked by and his
Alfio.
wife like
Yeah.
starstruck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That hypergamy light bulb is gonna.
Bing!
Happy, they are attracted to that. They're attracted to the idea, the aura of the alpha, but a lot of women are not in the mode. They're not in that feminine mode to actually follow. So they rather get a beta. Why? Because the beta says, I don't make any decision without checking with my wife. That's what the beta says.
Happy life, happy life.
That's what they do. Yeah.
man.
They say happy wife, happy life.
That's the most
We're talking about that.
that's the most dumbest statement ever.
Little petite fair woman. Happy wife, happy life.
That's so crazy to me.
You see that? Now life becomes happy. So your job is working out. You're getting a raise because your wife is happy.
What did the Sudan? What did the Sudan?
Who's your rub?
No,
at
do
that point?
hey,
Exactly.
Do the
You know
skit. Do the
that-
skit. The one that we did with him. Do it. Come on.
What did I say?
Happy life, happy wife. The skit.
I was like,
Do the Sudani style.
they say happy life, happy wife, happy life, but I disagree with this, because my wife, she's happy, I'm sad. She is upset, I'm happy.
Mashallah. Mashallah. I like
Okay,
that.
let's go. Also, one of the signs of
But
the
always connect.
one of the signs of the Rajula is ta'allum al-ilm, which means to seek knowledge constantly. Let's say if you study the deen, teach the Quran or any other deen, that's also part of it. It's the story of the Dhul Qarnayn was mentioned there. Surah Al-Kahf, ayat 85, you can check it out. Also, let's see,
And
what
where
else
is
we
this?
have?
This is a
This,
book
there are a
from
lot
a
of
book
this.
here?
So this is actually a master, thesis.
Okay.
So there's several of the students from Palestine. They wrote this. There are many. This one has like almost 30 pages. I have another one for like almost 170. But there are a lot. I'm just trying to grab
Yeah,
whatever
grab a few.
We
yeah,
should
fields,
translate
yeah.
this, man.
So they made this paper for college, for university.
We should
you know.
translate this.
Well, this is Quran and Hadith.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know,
it is, the evidence.
It just
Okay.
record the sightings.
I
Right.
see.
So let's see what else is here. We can also say that sign of the rajula, you know, like good body, good iman, spirituality,
Jism what?
jism, akhlaq, maqaram al-akhlaq. Also, you know, to earn, you know, you have, you know, income,
Okay.
mal wal jism.
Yeah.
To avoid the muharramat, right?
So they mention here that because Yusuf alayhi salam was said to have jism.
Yeah.
You know, Dawood alayhi salam was said to have jism. You know,
Yeah.
they were physically fit. So part of being master is to be physically fit because you want to be fit.
Yeah.
Because you that protector role, right?
That strength.
Yeah. I mean, you want to have enough energy to hold the dude's leg, to hold his leg while your wife get away.
So I'm getting away. Are you going?
Oh Allah, give me the strength to hold his ankle. Oh, it hurts. He's beating my head.
With the baton. With the baton.
Please give me the strength to hold his ankle.
So what I like about here, check this out. الرجولة تجعل الصغير كبيرا. So this Islamic manhood, masculinity, makes the young look like big. Okay?
Makes the young look big.
In his behavior. في سلوكه مع الآخرين. In his behavior with others.
Okay.
وقويا في ضعفه. Even though he looks like skinny and weak, but he has strength. You know, one of the Sahabi,
Ibn Mas'ud.
it was to make fun of him, but strength.
He said he was a lion in the
Yeah.
war.
Yeah.
When he made wudu, he would roll up his pants leg, and his ankles were so skinny.
Yes.
The Sahaba would giggle, right? I mean, they would giggle, right? It would just show that they're natural men.
Yeah.
You know, we all
Joking around,
We
yeah.
have that. So, but they say in the war he was like a lion.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that
Alayhi salam.
in the Mizan, that his leg will weigh more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, than
Mashallah.
So قويا في ضعفه.
Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was also pretty
Yeah,
skinny
yeah,
too.
yeah. He wasn't so big.
So قويا في ضعفه, which means even in his weakness he's strong, right? وغنيا في فقره, even though he might be poor, but you can see his richness.
Yeah.
And his, you know, so you see, that's when in the beginning I mentioned you have the apparent of zahir, but you also have that akhlaq, the character. Because a lot of time when we say akhlaq in Islam, we reduce it to something like so minuscule, like
Yeah.
not even. This is
It
more.
opens the door for people.
Akhlaq, if you listen to the shiyuk,
Yeah,
beta.
big
For
time.
real, it's like you're soft.
Yeah.
And you let people slap you. You don't fight
You
back.
turn the other cheek,
call
let
it-
They
him
dig in
slap
your
all
pockets,
over.
take your money.
There's a name for that. It's called like the push cart Muslim.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah,
pushing a shopping cart. You know, you have the hunchback.
Well, remember they had the hands behind the back walk. This, you know, they considered that was considered like ruhiyah, spirituality.
Like a zuhd.
Yeah, zuhud. Yeah, you know, just you're walking, you know, hands behind the back. You know,
Okay.
it's like no harm. You know, even birds like. You know, move.
Actually-
Birds
actually,
make you move out of the way.
you-
You know, the pigeons, they go like,
Yeah,
no, you move.
but you know, Jeremiah shared a video of Sheikh Uthman when he got attacked at the Dawah, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
in San Diego. Yeah.
So he was saying a story that this crazy guy was actually in the Muslim community.
Yeah.
The Muslim accepted him. You know how Muslims are, just bring anybody in, right?
Oh, yeah.
So one day he brought a knife, and I think he was trying to do what?
He was trying to he put it up against a child from what
In a
the
masjid or
story goes.
something.
Yeah. In the masjid,
you gotta
attacked a child
You gotta go.
or threatened a child with a knife.
and they didn't file
Yeah.
a police report.
Of course not.
I'm like, why? Why are you
I
scared?
have a worse story than that.
Really? Go tell us real quick.
I don't want to.
Okay.
No, because I get angry. I get angry.
okay.
But this one Arab guy,
Yeah.
not picking on Arabs, I'm saying this guy happen to be Arab,
Characteristic.
put a child in harm's way worse than a knife, if you can imagine,
Yeah.
and the community
Didn't do anything.
of Arabs didn't do anything,
Stop.
didn't report it. One dude, Negro, wanted to beat him up.
Yeah.
They kept holding him back. You know,
Oh.
they kept holding him back. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know, and this is a real big problem. I'm not saying turn them over to the kuffar, but kind of curb stomp them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Just
Change
fix him a little bit.
change him a
adjust
little
it,
bit.
yeah.
And it's sad because we have a lot of beta in the community. They're very weak, very scared, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it talks about what else we have
Can't be
here.
masking if you don't take care of the kids, bro. You got to
Absolutely.
protect the kids first and
Well, I
foremost.
mean, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's part of being the imam. of the
Because if
family,
I'm walking
you
with
know
my
what I mean?
kids and a guy come with a gun, and I'm gonna shoot one of y'all, I'm gonna say, shoot my wife.
Whatever, dude.
Bruh,
Don't say that. Happy life, happy wife. I have the T-shirt on. Okay.
I mean, I gotta protect the kids.
I remember
Yeah.
that picture of like a bat in a baseball game was going towards.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
the
get
guy-
it.
the guy-
Oh, just
Yeah.
like straight. You know, his arm got cracked.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you have the Jedi, the dude Jedi guy.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay, let's go here. Also, one of the characters is that لا تتوقف ألسنتهم عن ترديد ذكر الله. That means they always remember Allah. Like they make dhikr, they make salah, always in their mind. Okay, that's also part of their character. Tahara, they love to be clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's part of the masculine. So don't let people make fun of you saying that why you have to be clean, and that's why Muhammad used to recommend the misk and
Yeah.
But don't overdo because that's really sound beta. When you overdo, like some of those guys,
I try to put it on, to earn extra barakah before Jum'ah.
Right.
But I actually mostly only wear it for my wife.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. There's the hadith that
Not
says
for you.
What the? Oh my God! Yeah, because some brothers from the land of Tawheed, when they pass by, the perfume is so high, I pass out from the strength of the perfume. Like what the?
Smell like the Urdu.
No, there's one guy when I was working at Alibaba.
Yeah.
And he walk in the store. You know he's in the store somewhere. Just,
Rice away? Not rice away.
this is
Rice
Alibaba. There's one guy.
That's an inside joke,
Yeah,
right?
we still know about rice away.
Yeah.
No.
We're gonna tell you the story about rice away one
Okay,
day.
okay.
Okay. So we talked about Adhkarillah. We talked about the love tahara.
Yeah.
Right. What else? The
This
love.
is very good information. Cause a lot of this stuff I didn't know, man.
What about?
They don't teach us this stuff.
There's a hadith, and this is Sahih. It's in Sahih Muslim. The strong man is not the one who wrestles well, but the strong man is the one who controls himself
Yeah.
when he is in a fit of rage.
Yeah. ليس الشديد بالصرع وإنما الشديد الذي يملك نفسه عند الغضب. That means because the concept is what the body muscle is one thing, right?
Yeah.
But the emotional anger, if you control it,
Mind.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that he's
Now, again, that's the alpha, the leader of men.
right.
yeah.
See, alpha actually leads men. See, a beta can lead a woman,
Yeah.
if they can get over that equality crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But an alpha not only can lead women, but he's a leader of men. I mean, men,
And children.
go to him for advice. Men will go to him for, skill, things like that. Because he's a leader of men. And it means that everybody can't be that.
Yeah.
Right.
See, everybody's not going to reach alpha, but everybody can reach masculine.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
Amazing. And here's another interesting.
Except for Caitlyn Jenner.
Right. Who said
too
that?
late.
Who said he's gonna be?
Chop, chop, snippy, snippy, flow, split.
Is it a new song? Is this a new album?
You ain't never getting that back, buddy.
Oh my God!
better go
snippy,
on
snippy.
a pack of kielbasa.
I just miss it.
Oh, subhanallah. Here's another thing.
Oh my God.
Another character. معلق بالمساجد. That means they are attached to the masjid. Okay, because in the masajid, the men, the brothers, get together and stuff like that. So
Right.
that's one of the character too.
It's
That
for the men.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
for yeah.
Chiefly, yeah.
To congregate.
You want to catch up to the comments real quick?
Yes, please. Yeah. Inshallah,
yeah.
let's see. We have a lot of mashallah comments tonight, and don't forget to share this show. All right.
This is a red pill Arabic. Who's
Okay.
that? Who's that red pill Arabic?
That's Coach Kareem.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Okay.
I think you did those.
Linda Blur. Ha ha ha. It was me texting your mom.
Your mom texted me.
Hi, mom.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So,
when the phone said bzzz.
Yeah, my mom also texted me.
Amir, standing up to tyrants, standing for what is just to humanity. Okay. So Coach Kareem, mashallah, barakallah, he gave a tafsir. Tafsir ibn Kathir. يقول تعالى, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, الرجال.
Add it. When I add it, no.
Oh,
To the screen, yeah.
I forgot.
Let us see.
We got to change that font.
Yeah, it's so red.
The color, yeah.
Because look red. Okay. So تفسير ابن كثير يقول تعالى الرجال قوامون على النساء. Right, that ayah.
Yeah.
So the tafsir of this ayah. أي الرجل قيم على المرأة. أي هو رئيسها. That he is her. رئيس means like a master, like a leader, right?
Right.
Okay.
وكبيرها والحاكم عليها. He is the one that rules over her, right? ومؤدبها إذا أعوجت. That means he disciplines her if she does nashaza. If she do something wrong. أعوجت means bends.
And
So
Nishaza,
مؤدبها.
define Nishaza for the people?
Nashaza is to rise above your station. You
Okay.
know, like you
Step
know,
out of line.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you know, a woman
Go
tell
against,
a woman
yeah.
tell a man what like
Yeah.
oh,
And this
stop
is
that.
and this
You
is
got
so
titties.
you all can go to the ayah and look at the many tafsir, but this is what Coach Kareem shared, Tafsir ibn Kathir, and simply that's what he said.
Yeah, mashallah.
Healthy and wealthy, release the shackles. The truth shall set you free. Elbow cuff. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Amir is laughing. My brother from the land of the Tawheed.
The land.
Okay. So assalamu to everybody. Wa alaikum salam. Bro said the haqq can be spoken without referring directly to the rulers. The rulers can be advised in private.
Here we go.
Here we go again.
Here we
Where you
go.
go?
Hey. Check the ahadith about the Sahaba radiallahu anhum.
Yeah.
Who's more worthy? The khulafa from the Sahaba or the king put in power by the West?
because
by
nowadays.
the enemies of Allah.
Yeah, because nowadays,
Yeah.
if you look at the
Who's
so-called.
more worthy to be talked to in private? They didn't even talk to the Sahaba in private.
Actually, talking prophet is kind of
As
good.
they were there was people that would stand up in the middle of the
That's what I'm saying.
khutbah.
To the Sahaba.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Well, here's the thing that a lot of Muslims don't realize. That's why I recommend everybody to study the Sacco-Picot Agreement 1916, right? The so-called nation state. All these so-called rulers are actually being put in power by the colonial British secularists.
in succession. In
Yeah.
succession.
Same thing with
they
the-
know who's going to take over.
Yeah.
When someone dies, they have it all planned out. You know.
So they're put by them. They're not legitimately,
Yeah.
chosen by the Ummah, okay? All right, Sister Tammy, question. Do you think if a woman speak the truth about oppression is masculine?
No.
Speaking the truth about oppression. Is
Well,
that
actually,
masculine?
women should be masculine. That's really kind of...
No, that's just a woman speaking.
Yeah,
the truth.
one of the characters of the
See,
believer.
the thing
The
about
believer,
it,
yeah.
the thing about it, I'm gonna tell you what I said. I said it about Tammy, and I said it about women in general.
Yeah.
That they really are a forgotten tool of the dawah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. If the women march and they not making a tabarruj, making a display of themselves, but if they spoke against oppression, and the men didn't jump and no, look, hold on, don't mess with them.
Yeah.
If the men didn't stand, it got to be some men left in the ummah. You know what I'm saying? If a woman sees a munkar, she is obligated to say something.
What about Asya?
Well, it's a different sharia, but
Yeah.
Asya what? Against her husband?
Yeah.
She was limited to dua.
Yeah. Okay.
And she advised him. I talked about that actually in X Factor. You should have heard that one. But she actually advised him, and that's how the wahi entered her home. Remember? No, let's not kill Musa. Let's adopt him as one of our own
Yeah.
and raise him.
Yeah.
So that's how the wahi actually entered her home.
Okay.
You know, but from the advice, you know. So her job was to advise and to make dua. She did not challenge her husband
Yeah.
masculine. You never heard about her moving her neck and all that stuff.
It's funny because
yeah.
move the
She
neck.
just didn't do that.
You know the
yeah.
problem with these modern women, they move the neck and all the stuff,
Yeah.
but they can never do it to their boss at work.
Oh no, never.
They pick.
They
and
come at
choose.
home and don't act like
Yeah.
It's like
Zaman.
in Berkeley, California, where I grew up. There's a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
have mental problems. That act a little crazy on the street.
California.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but they know who to be crazy to.
Oh, of course.
yeah,
That's the
of course,
thing.
of course.
You know what I mean? The cop comes through, they just cop leaves. Yeah, man, that's why you got saying all this crazy stuff. Pooping on the
I
lawn.
knew some. There are guys, of course, that do this. They know who to stud up to. Okay.
Yeah.
And other ones they don't. Okay.
Yeah.
But I notice with women in general, they know who to mouth off to, and others they don't. Usually, when they feel intimidated, a lot of modern women, when they feel intimidated, they try to exude masculinity. Okay. And they think that's going to actually help them.
It doesn't because
But it doesn't.
Yeah, because it's like
gaslighting.
I don't want to marry another guy. Astaghfirullah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't work. You know.
Exactly.
It doesn't work.
Okay, so Amir, the true Imam Sadiq, Tammy said masculine, mashallah, true. Healthy and wealthy said laughing 100%. Then, of course, Sister Tammy, question: do you think a woman who speak up to an oppressive leader, she is masculine? Also, is there any woman in Islam who spoke up to oppressive leaders?
Well, speaking up to an oppressive leader, I don't have that evidence right offhand. But it's not limited. That's an action of a believer, not just a believing man.
Man and female. Yeah.
Speaking of
That's an action. That's an action of a believer,
Believing,
not
no
just
matter
a
is a
believing
man or me, yeah.
man. It's just that usually, see, look at our history, Sister Tammy. We had men So the women felt secure
They didn't need
to handle their side as educators of the household, right? And most of our famous ulama, Imam Shafi, and so on and so forth, had women that were part of their sanad of teachers, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, women because they were masculine, manly men, right? Women didn't have to do as much, you know. But they still have the duty.
Yeah.
It's like the brother was telling us that his mom was blind, okay, in West Africa. She was blind. And there was some commotion. People, right. So he comes home and she says, what is going on?
Okay.
He says, Mom, the Muslims are fighting. She said, are the Muslims winning? See, when she heard Muslims were fighting, she thought they were fighting the kuffar.
Wow.
She said, are they winning? They'll fight each other. He said, are they winning? He said, no, Mom, they're not winning. So she said, so she started to, she said, are there any men left? His mom is blind. She said, are there any men left? And he was silent. She started to grab her shoes like, what are you finna go do? She said, there are no more men. I have to.
Mashallah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the women are the last wave if all the men are gone. You see, but that scenario, because she's blind and she heard the Muslims are fighting, she assumed we were fighting the enemies of Allah and not each other. See what I'm saying? And then she starts to strap her shoes on saying, hey, I need to go outside because there are no more men. You know?
SubhanAllah.
So Sister Tammy, that's why you're not going to get a lot of narration. You got women defending the Rasul Muhammad Sallam with just a dagger, and you have a woman on the horse that thought she was a man. She was actually killing, things like that. But you're not going to hear about that in great majority. Why? Because we had men back then, right? And the women were secure to stay at home.
Exactly. Okay, we got Jawad in the house. Wa alaikum salam. Thank you for tuning in, bro.
Jawad.
Okay, he said they describe Muslim men as warrior monks.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Amir said, push card, don't worry.
Remember when I said the push card Muslim?
Okay. Okay, Tommy says, okay, information. What book are you reading? Well, this book, remind me for, which page is 1 second, 14. Ar-Rujula fil Islam. So this one is all in Arabic, nothing in English.
So masculinity in Islam, basically.
Yeah, so this one, Ar-Rujula fil Quran, Ar-Rujula fil Quran al-Kareem, by Dr. Assam Abdul Zuhud, قسم التفسير وعلوم القرآن. So this is from كلية أصول الدين الجامعة الإسلامية in Gaza in Palestine. So this brother, mashallah, wrote this paper going through, but it's all in Arabic, So let me go back that page. Then what else we have? Let's see. And I have several Arabic books on this subject, so I'm just, it's huge. I mean, they're like more than, this one has 35 pages. The other one,
we don't have to give all the evidence to make the point.
Yeah.
You give some to make the point, and then
exactly.
Any extended study has to be, effort.
Okay, so Jess says here, what is the best material to look for in a coat for the purpose of placing it over a puddle before your wife can?
That's
we've talked about that.
Okay.
Chivalry.
Yeah, I'm just joking, making reference for your previous episode.
Just think about it, man. That's so stupid, man.
About what?
Putting your coat over a puddle, like you need to walk around.
Yeah. That's too much. That's called pedestalizing. That's too much. That's too much.
Simping, super simping.
Super simping, ultra simping. I wish I lived in that time. That's what Tommy said. Okay, so Amir, women have become masculine from being without her man for too long.
Yeah. It's the same what they said about. He did a study about certain jobs that require you to show masculinity, like a CO, correctional officer, police, things like that. Women have to take on a masculine persona, and they said this actually started to affect their home life.
Yeah, I could see that.
It started to affect their home life because they have to take on a role. It is the same with sisters be talking about how they discipline their kids because the dad's not nowhere around, right? Mm-hmm. And they said I gotta use my man voice, like
right.
You shouldn't have.
The incorrect thought deceived them,
Yeah.
And the non-Muslim are falling victim.
They think that when we say take out the trash, the children take it out right away, and when they say it, the child still plays the game, right? So they think that's the voice. No, it's all it is.
Yeah.
It's all it is.
Yeah, but that goes to show, though, they have to change their personality.
Yeah.
They think they have to.
Yeah, the alternate fitra.
So they understand the difference between feminine and masculine.
Yeah. So what happened, because these ideas, these corrupt, incorrect ideas that have been adopted by the Muslim and non-Muslim, unfortunately, man and female, that causing all these havoc and problems and issues. So Jawad said, there's no draw or attraction between the sexes because women behaving masculine and men behaving feminine. وَلِعَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. And it's happened nowadays, and it even happens among the Muslim too. We see this a lot. Okay, so a few more left. Al-ikhlas fil mu'amalat, that means sincerity in transaction, in dealing with business. Like, as-samaha fil bay' wa shira, that means you're forgiving. I know some people might take advantage of you, but this is part of the quality of a believer, a man who, there's a sincerity, and sometimes they can forgive, sometimes they can, give ways, whether if you owe me Islamic loan, if you can pay it, okay, I can give you, some chances to help you out. I can forgive you too. Yeah. That's part also the character, and there's an ayah in Surah An-Nur 37. You can check it out. Also, of course, they don't cheat, they don't deceive, they don't just swear upon Allah lying.
Yeah.
And this is something when it comes to online, where people use a lot of deception online. They use
a lot of deception,
manipulative tactic languages to get you in, filters and whatnot, or clickbait and whatnot, right? Filters, because for sisters to use filters and makeup, that's actually,
they got brothers that do it too.
But brothers do it too, which is right. So that's not part of
some brothers trying to get some likes.
That's also not part of the masculine character in Islam. Yeah. They don't do ghash, they don't do cheating, they don't deceive, they're not manipulators. Okay? And of course they call for Islam. That's also part of their character. They call for Islam.
And I'm gonna give one example with the kuffar.
Yeah.
The most elite of the kuffar, you don't see their names. Their name, the ones that actually run this country, they're not presidents, they're not governors, they actually run this country
from behind the scenes.
You may know their names just from information, okay, but you don't see them.
They don't need.
They talked about was it one of the Rockefellers? One of them, it could be one of them. Anyway, he's riding around his old slave plantation with a horse and buggy. He's still doing horse and buggy around his plantation. Wow! Right? And the reporter from 60 Minutes, whatever, was interviewing him, and he said. He was talking about policy and all this type of stuff, right? Because America's run by corporations. Yeah. You go to war for corporations. You raid certain countries for corporations.
Yeah.
It's all corporations. Yeah. So anyway, his president don't run it. The corporations make the agenda. Right. So he's on the horse and buggy, and the reporter's interviewing him and ask him, "Why don't you get involved in politics?" He said, "Why would I do that when I just got to make a call?"
Yeah.
This is on national television.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I run for politics? Why would I want to be president when I can just make a call and tell the president to do what I want to do?
They're just a puppet face.
But that's what I'm saying. So when you say a man is not out there taking pictures and they got brothers do this. Mm-hmm. And they got brothers do this.
What's that?
I'm telling you. Man, they doing that, man. It's crazy.
Did you send the picture?
Yeah, this is we
did another one today.
I'm saying,
we gotta put the picture out.
But that's crazy though, because they got brothers actually. I'm like, who are you trying to attract?
Yeah.
You think women like if you poll women, I bet you 9 out of 10 don't like skinny jeans.
We have a lot of those, man.
I bet you 9 out of 10 don't like seeing a dude's underwear, which is.
Yeah. We talked about that.
Yeah,
we were talking about that.
Yeah, so I'm saying so, and they say the fashion industry is not designing clothes for males to attract females. Yeah. They designing clothes for men to attract men.
Yeah.
That's what the design is for.
That's what we talked about too.
And I would argue and say that the women that you do attract while doing these type of actions are not quality women. A woman who's attracted to a saggy
they're looking for balance.
These are alpha women looking for beta men.
That's not quality.
Thank you. Look. They're looking for balance, and the balance I'm talking about is an even scale.
Except for Prince.
Now,
Prince, that was an alpha male. Okay,
man, that dude was.
No. Prince wasn't no.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. he look, that's that androgynous stuff.
Okay. Yeah,
but Prince wasn't no.
He was pushing the boundary. He was pushing it a little bit, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's continue. I hope
the whole
people are listening, putting the notes. We're mentioning. Okay, here's another one here. When they fight the enemies in a battlefield, right? Al-Mujahideen, right? To make sure that لِعَلَىٰ كَلِمَةِ اللَّهِ وَالْقَضَاءَ عَلَى الطَّاغُوتِ, to basically to abolish the طاغوت and عهد على العمل الصالحات ومجانبة السيئات. So they avoid the haram and they promote the good, right?
Okay.
So these are also part of the characters of the masculinity for the Muslim. And here at Ta'amul al-Usri, building family, to take responsibility of the home,
big.
right? To take care of the wives, okay, plural, wives.
And you have to clarify, Muhammad SAW did not wash, dishes, and clean and cook, and Aisha anha did nothing, or his other wives did nothing. You know,
Yeah.
that is not what actually happened. Muhammad SAW, yes, he mended his own shoes, he did things like that, but he did not do the household chores.
Yeah.
There's no evidence that he did that. Evidence is that he took care of his household.
How would you have time
And he's so
to
busy.
go out in the world?
He
and
couldn't even
impact-
work.
That's what I'm saying.
Muhammad SAW didn't even have a job after he received the wahi. Khadija anha funded the dawah.
Yeah.
He couldn't even work 9 to 5, but he can clean the house.
Yeah.
No,
Come on, man.
again.
There's no evidences for that.
These are the
It's
pedestalizing.
just general talk.
This is the pedestalizing.
In every house he's going to.
Exactly,
wife,
exactly.
he's
He's
cleaning-
cleaning
there's-
all the houses.
Well, there's a concept called the feminine imperative. Like everything is woman, 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 woman. We see it everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
It's in the music.
it's
in-
everywhere.
It's, yeah.
In the churches, in the synagogue, in the masajid now.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, we're not trying to put them down because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give man a duty, give woman a duty, and
Yeah.
both of them are like, you know, they complement each other, you know, because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about creation, he talks about the man and female.
Yeah.
That both are needed.
One of our early shows was role play versus role reversal. We talked
Yeah.
about role play, which is nothing wrong with role play in Islam, right? As long as you're doing haram characters.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the Pope. No, you're Catholic. Okay. No, but so I'm saying like role play versus role reversal.
Okay.
Islam allows certain role play, but never role reversal. Because the woman that behaves as a man is
Yeah.
cursed, and the man that behaves like a woman is cursed.
Yes.
Okay, so we actually talked about that. So the balance is sometimes the woman, like let's say we're here, right?
Yeah.
The man is here and the woman is here. I'm not saying this to be sexist. I'm saying this is the reality.
Yeah.
Okay, this is reality. Heart size, brain size, bone density, muscle. The man is here. Height, you know, in general, bigger head, you know, than woman.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, bigger feet, bigger hands. You know.
Right.
I hope so.
So anyway, so the man is here, the woman is here. Now you want to have a child, right?
Right.
Now the children need to be taught, okay? The household needs to be straightened up. You know what I'm saying? The woman is here now.
Yeah.
And she says, I don't like this refrigerator anymore. Now you got to come up with $2,000-$3,000 for another one. You know why? Because that house needs to be comfortable for her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so she has an authority there, and your authority is naturally here.
Right.
Okay. Somebody, you know, the doorknob, shaking the doorknob. Well, now we're here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only time we're here is when we're making shorter on things that, you know, the husband allows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The husband allows. That's when shorter is taken.
But subhanAllah, there's so many great ones. This is all from the Quran, of course.
You know what's beautiful about this?
Al-irada al-qawiyya, that means when you have the resilience of like going after something, like, you know,
Drive.
Drive.
Okay.
The drive, the strong drive. That's part of the manhood character.
This is
in the
amazing
deen.
because this is so comprehensive, so well-rounded.
Yeah.
The Islamic description of what's masculine, and then if you just go to the academic description of what's masculine, it's so dry, basic, and it just actually just gives you kind
Yeah,
of
like the definition you just read,
Yeah,
it was like,
Weird.
you know.
Alhamdulillah
it's
for the
like
deen.
a
Alhamdulillah for
animalistic-
the
What? And guess what? The one that
And
wrote the definition, he try not to offend anyone.
deen. Yeah.
Or what they also promote in Red Pill, what's masculine? So limited. It's so limited.
Right.
Based
Check
compared
this
to
out. There's قال صلى الله عليه وسلم سبعة يظلهم الله في ظله يوم لا ظل له يوم لا ظل إلا ظله فذكر منهم, and he mentioned 7 of them. So one of them رجل دعته امرأة ذات منصب وجمال فقال إني أخاف الله. So this woman approached this man, and because he feared Allah, I cannot do this, I fear Allah. It's one of their character is to lower the gaze, not to commit the haram, not to commit the zina. That's actually masculine quality.
Yeah.
Subhanallah.
Well, if you listen to the red pill and the manosphere,
They say hump and
the
dump.
the alpha male, the what do you call that? The not high quality. What do they call it?
High value man.
High value.
Yeah.
High value male is actually seeking the women. He's actually he's hunting.
But there's a way
He's hunting,
to
yeah.
a way to do that from an Islamic perspective.
Of course,
Some
of course.
people,
You know what I mean?
it
So-
differs between
Yeah.
who you hear though. Some people
Yeah.
will say he's seeking wife. Some people say he's seeking a committed relationship. But I say that I have heard them say like, hey, you don't want to just sleep with anybody. So they say sleep with somebody you wouldn't be ashamed of being seen with. That's what they say.
Well, that's superficial.
But it's it's
kind of superficial.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's another one, al-himma al-ali. That means in life, itqan fil amal. You do the best in work. You always trying to reach. When you talk about the high value man, you always trying to reach. You're reaching upper, whether in the deen, in dunya, or relationship.
But think about in the capitalist society, to make yourself in high demand, you have to get your coins up.
Yeah.
You can look like the puddle, like I call him a puddle. Like a human puddle.
Okay.
He just passed away.
Yeah.
He denied Allah exists, but now he's sure.
What is his name?
Stephen
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. He denied Allah exists while he was alive, when he was a living puddle.
Oh, he knows it now.
Now, he has no doubt now. He has yaqeen. He has yaqeen. You know, and I'm just saying, like,
because he's drooling a lot.
No, he's like
no, because he's
Okay.
Stop it.
Maybe he's drooling a lot.
No.
I don't think Jawaz made this up, but he was talking about the comedian. Somebody said, people think I'm smart because I talk in a robot voice.
Stop it, man. Allah's creation. Don't make fun of him. Come on. All right, so al-himma al-aliyah, to reach. So this is like, but again, the value, from Islam perspective, is not because there's a deen.
Exactly.
You do it to please Allah.
Standard. This is the standard.
Yeah, whether in wealth, in relationship, in the deen, you always want to reach high. So that's what it says here, al-himma al-aliyah.
When Muhammad said that whatever a Muslim starts, he strives to perfect.
right.
So you don't want to just halfway do it.
Correct. Then this is the one that you mentioned at the beginning, izzah.
Yeah.
Talk about the izzah and honor.
The dignity. Yeah.
That's also part of it. And there's an ayah in the Surah Al-Fath 29. Check it out, because it used the example of Muhammad sallam in this portion. Then of course al-ikhlas, the sincerity in saying and your deeds. That's another one. And of course sacrifice for the deen. That's another one. That's like especially for the mujahideen, because they sacrifice to make sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
Everything
is there. Yeah. And also to stay strong in the hardship, to have perseverance, to have patience. Athabatu fi waqt al-mihan. You don't get depressed. You get depressed, but you don't lose hope.
Yeah.
وَلَا تَيْسُ مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. Allah is there. You're still holding it tight. Whether you're going through physical, emotional, mental, you're holding it tight.
You know what? Look at the believing man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
If he's depressed, it's salat though. You still got to make salat. You
Yeah.
still got to get up. You got to make salat.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to go to work. You have to pick the kids up from this place and that place. So he's depressed, but you really can't see it, and he might tell you that he's depressed, and that's the only way you'll know, because he's still functioning. Like I've been like really depressed. You know what I'm saying? But you'll never know. I'm still laughing. I'm still functioning. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I'm a believer. I don't have the energy or time to be depressed where it stagnates me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because depression can stagnate you.
That's real.
And there's one sister, mashallah, I forgot her name. She was on social media. She was talking about depression, and she's not a clinic or anything.
Yeah.
But she was saying like, open the blinds, open the curtains.
Yeah.
Raise the window, let the breeze come in. Open the front door even. Go sit outside. If you're gonna eat, don't sit on your bed and eat.
Nah.
Go sit at the dining room table. You know what I'm saying? She was saying, move.
Get up, get dressed.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly. And she was talking about ways to combat. And I don't know where she got this knowledge from, but mashallah, she was talking about some good stuff. Simple stuff.
Yeah.
Inshallah,
We're going to go in a few minutes. Here's the last one. Adam al-ghira al-ahl. That means if you don't have a ghira for your family, you have to have the good jealousy, the healthy jealousy for your for your kids, for your wife, for your mom, and so forth. But nowadays, everyone letting their wife be on social media, and who's taking their picture? I mean, I'm like,
and people who operate within the feminine imperative, this modern.
It's not even fair to say let. Some brothers let.
Yeah.
Some brothers let, and some brothers
What do you mean by that?
relent. You know what I'm saying?
Relent?
Let as in, they got Muslim couples that do little. Matter, they found out one couple, they were actually Kafir, but they would pretend to be Muslim.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of Muslim followers and a lot of Muslim youth following them. Couldn't find out they were both Kafir.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's no standard. There's no standard with these people.
Okay.
But you got a husband and wife combination. Look at my wife, this type of thing.
Okay.
And then you got the individual that he lives in this society, and this is not his Jannah. You know what I'm saying? And he can only do so much.
yeah.
I know brothers that are really knowledgeable of the deen.
Yeah.
That just keep their family together. And I know they can't be happy.
Even statistically,
And I'm just guessing. I'm telling they can't be happy, but they just
actually, if you look at the psychology today and all these articles from the psychotic point of view, they say that 45% of the women on social media are actually depressed, clinically depressed.
Because well, I mean, look at what they're doing though. They are
Seeking attention all the
Seeking
time. and stuff like
attention,
that.
yeah.
Even the so-called the married
can
people.
never fulfill you.
justification.
And
It's a
not just-
justification is what it is.
And not just that, those who marry, but why would you publicly announce yourself?
Yeah.
Hello, honey, I'm happy. Look, it's weird. You're announcing about your life to the rest of the world. Like, why? Why?
No. This brother on Facebook said, my wife is one of the most sexiest women. And brother's like, why would you tell,
why would you say stuff
tell
like
us that? You tell her. Why are you telling us?
yeah.
And subhanAllah, this
At the youth much?
yeah, لا يدخل الجنة الديوث, because of this
People
hadith said
call
that
this sorry, can finish
the
that.
youth
please.
cannot enter Jannah, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to cut you off, but
It's
before
okay,
we
go ahead,
end,
bro.
there's still a lot of stuff about the rujula from the Quran and Sunnah.
Yeah.
We can't cover all of
It's a
it,
tip of
but
the
what I'm going to
iceberg,
leave with
as
the
they
last
say.
one is in the Seerah Muhammad Sallam, you'll find tons of examples
Sallallahu
from the Sahaba, from the situation, from the Ghazawat and everything. It's all there. Study
Hey,
it.
warning. When you read this stuff, it's gonna contradict what your sheikh is telling you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's gonna contradict what your sheikh is telling you.
Run into
You know?
So this is what I have when it comes to masculinity. Unless you guys want to talk about femininity, let me go read some of these amazing comments. And folks, don't forget to share this podcast.
But before we do that, I just want to say something about ghira. If you look at where our society is shifting to today, even within the ummah, this ghira is looked down upon and talked down upon as something
Of course, it's
bad.
toxic. It's
They say
toxic.
it's toxic. He's being controlling,
Yeah.
manipulating, or all these things. It's
Oh,
like,
insecure.
Insecure. That's
Insecure,
another one.
that's a
Why are you so
big one.
insecure?
yeah, it's like,
Okay, let's see this amazing comments. Amir, that said, Jawad, the study is called neuroendocrinology. What happens when you are in the wrong environment? Tammy, women don't like skinny jeans or men who take selfies.
yeah.
All right. Jawad, Prince can play basketball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of that from.
No.
Dave
Chappelle show, yeah.
Dave-
No, that was
yeah.
a Prince. That was
That was Prince.
That was Prince.
no, Rick James.
No.
Rick
That
James.
was a whole nother.
Oh,
yeah.
you're right.
Prince of the Revolution played basketball.
Yeah, and he dunked on him, right?
What did the hand tell
He
the
dunked,
face?
and then he went down real slow.
Yeah.
Slap.
You're right.
John May, a brother walking to the masjid in platforms, skinny jeans, and permed with a selfie stick. Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's masculine.
This one gotta put
2022
this.
for you, man.
Oh yeah.
All right. May Allah help us. Ameen.
I mean, bro.
Jawad said, I saw brother Yusuf Susi talk about this. Okay. Amir, Prince wore high heels. Okay. High heels.
he was hooping in them too, probably.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
He said he was whooping him. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Crossing,
All right,
taking
let's see.
ankles.
So
Painted on jeans.
brother John May says that men were the first to wear heels. Surgeons wear them to stay out of blood.
This was true. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is back in the day, back in the I don't
Okay.
know, 1600s.
Women
Had to
throughout
be Europe.
what?
Clean it
Had
up.
to be
man.
Europe.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was. It
No,
was.
you just clean it up.
Not a
Look
bad
it
idea. Oh my God. Women throughout history made the first move in finding a mate. For example, women would often, when seeing a desirable mate, would drop something or leave something in the market for the man to bring. That sounds like a Bollywood. All right?
Yeah.
They do that all the time.
Man, I see you
Slick.
drop some.
Well,
Like, hey, you
remember
dropped that.
Khadija
I'ma keep
Anha
pushing.
actually proposed to the Rasul.
This is true. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that-
Even
yeah.
Musa alayhi salam, the story when he was,
Yeah.
the two daughters.
The girl suggested, hey, perhaps, take him
Alhamdulillah.
as a husband.
Yeah, indeed.
Who's the prize?
Okay, back the item. Okay, what? Back the item so that so that he may speak with her. Okay, I can't even read. Coach Kareem, that was for night workers, not for respected women in society.
What is this in
I
regards
forgot
to?
what's up.
Yeah, I don't know, Coach Kareem.
Yeah,
What do you refer to that?
We missed.
I might have been in the bathroom.
Was it the hills?
John May. Let me see. I'm sorry, I keep missing this. Okay, let's go to this Coach Kareem. And Coach Kareem, inshallah, don't forget to have Amoo Yum Yum on your show, inshallah. Okay.
Inshallah.
Maybe all of us gonna be in his show, like all of us squeezing in the camera.
Face.
On his show would be nice because mashallah he does a lot of good content in the Arab world. Alhamdulillah. John May, not necessarily. What was that? Many times the men would bring it to the father and the men would be invited inside. All right. Yeah. Coach Kareem, you have a good imagination, bro. Thumbs up from brother John. Alhamdulillah. Bro, there are brothers who show their women with hijab online. This is a deficiency in ghira. We agree.
I like that deficiency.
He said with hijab?
Yeah.
I disagree.
What do you mean?
I disagree because we say illa madahra minha, except what must ordinarily appear is generally the wajib.
Yeah, but no.
And the hands, but like for instance, let's say a sister is online teaching Arabic versus being, and she's showing her face.
Yeah, but is the husband displaying
okay,
her?
maybe you can.
What if she teach Arabic brother right beside her? It's almost some of the same content.
I see that example.
Some of the same
I see where
content.
you're coming from.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. I think, bro, what you're trying to say, which I've seen. Hey, remember the Instagram thing we did?
Yeah, it's crazy.
We went to Instagram. We typed hijabi Muslima, right?
Yeah.
Wallahi, so many haram things popped up. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I think what bro is saying. I've seen some Muslims. Oh. Don't even say. Okay. So what he's trying to say. That some Instagram or social media, they have the wife and the husband that provocatively.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the hijab. Exactly. I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, she's wearing hijab, but the representation of her and what they're doing.
He's clearly displaying his.
Or he's the one taking the picture and he's not in the picture.
Yeah.
So you're allowing other people to look at your wife.
There is a picture of a husband taking the picture.
Yeah. A lot of non-Muslims do
lifestyle.
that too. Yeah.
Like
a lot of the non-Muslims do that.
If they changed the law that you could, never mind.
All right. So, bro said that women may be online to help other women, but they're still having less ghira for a man to allow this. Yeah. Okay. Coach Kareem is talking about prostitute, I think.
Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out where that fit.
So Coach Kareem said, "You can have me on the show soon, brothers."
Okay.
That'd be nice. We look forward to it. Jawad. There are a lot of sisters online who talk happily about being divorced. That's so true, though.
Yeah, but they cry. Bro, look, they cry at night. Believe me.
Yeah.
They cry at night.
Wait, when they say happy, are they happy about being divorced, or happy about being single?
Look. So a lot of. Look,
'cause I think when people say,
I dealt with a lot of couples and family.
Yeah.
I end up resigning after 18 plus almost 20 years.
Yeah, I remember those days.
I resigned.
It was a headache.
I resigned because they don't just want an imam, an emir, whatever. They want an uncle, a father, a husband on the side. They want all of that. Okay, and the issue is one of the main reasons I resigned because it was taken away from my family. Okay, I'm going through all this stuff. Like I'm not even in a relationship. I'm going through all this stuff. But the issue is this: don't let them tell you I'm happily divorced. No. They wanted their husband to change a thing. Okay, or they found themselves stuck in a certain behavior that they could not change.
Yeah.
And that's what resulted ultimately in the divorce. Either way.
Yeah.
They are crying at night. Every time the wind blows, the tree scratches the roof.
Because
I'm so happy.
Yeah, but because you dealt with a lot of families for over the years, like helping them.
Oh man, y'all.
So he's speaking from experience.
I'll never do it again.
Right.
I had to become apathetic, man. Yeah. I mean, it literally is too much. You get all the headache and none of the joy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why some imam avoid completely all the situation. They send it to the
Bruh.
What if someone's
you find yourself paying rent?
Really?
I'm serious. Paying rent.
Yeah.
You're paying other people's rent and bills and helping them because you feel so obligated.
Of course, man.
You feel so obligated.
Sometimes the guilt and
sometimes
whatnot.
they
It's
take
a mad
advantage of
cycle,
that
man.
as
It's a
well.
mad cycle.
Okay, let's read one more time. Go ahead, I'm
Really
sorry.
quickly though, so like, say if someone's in a bad relationship,
Although
they
the
get
exception
divorced
will
and
not.
I'm happy I'm out of that
There's
relationship.
always going to be an exception. We're not denying that either.
But
Okay.
guess
Yeah.
what?
But
There's an
generally-
aspect of that person that they miss. You know why? Because they got in that relationship in the first place.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
Accountability.
There's an
That's what I
aspect
was
that they
gonna
miss.
say,
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I see.
So Jawad's saying there are again a lot of sisters who talk happily about being divorced and give bad advice. I agree, they do. I've seen so many of them. He cannot control it. It is my life, etc. Bro, I'm including the sisters who are doing it for a good purpose, such as teaching.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
But it's still she's showing her face.
Islamic, that's allowed.
Which Islamically is not
Yeah.
no problem with it.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
showing her face. She's beautiful. The
Yeah.
hijab is going to add.
It does.
Yeah,
It really does.
If you
Yeah.
if you're a 7, hijab gonna make you a 9.
Yep,
exactly.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
Yeah,
dead
You know,
serious. Yeah.
Exactly. I've seen
so and brothers gonna be listen to your Arabic.
Oh, not just that, because I've seen, mashallah, some sisters that teach Quran to sisters. Okay, then don't go there. Like in the clubhouse, the group sister teaching sisters Quran. Don't go there.
yeah,
It's just for sister only.
Bruh, they got sisters that got no men. Don't even,
Yeah.
watch this. Friend request.
Yeah.
DM
And I
DM.
sisters come
Those
on
are
out.
haters.
I'm deleting all the men off I'm deleting all the men. I said except for me, not you, brother. Guaranteed. Not you, brother.
Yeah, because so I understand what you're saying, because
I'm a jerk.
so I've
They like
seen
that, though.
I've
I'm a
seen
jerk.
Jerk. Yeah.
Let me someone.
he was hitting it, man.
Hey, stop it! Hey, you know that?
I'm so surprised.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Save me! Stop it, man. So, like for example, there's some system, mashallah, like I watch, like Zara Faris or Noor Qada or Yasmin Mujahid. Even some of the Islamic ones, they teach. I mean, that's how I look at them. Khalas,
Yeah.
So there are some people just can't control. So hey,
No,
think
yeah,
about
absolutely, yeah. If
You know?
if the
That's not-
content,
that's not-
And
too much.
it's not really. We shouldn't make it about the control because it's really the standard.
Yeah.
You know, it's really the standard. It's like because the women that walk around naked say you men should have more control. Well, Allah says out of all the zina of this life, sons and wealth and edifices, Allah says, what do men desire the most? What do we covet the most?
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
what is the edifices? What's that?
Buildings.
Oh,
buildings.
okay.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like,
I
you know,
would like a nice.
men, men desire women
Right.
chiefly. Muhammad SAW said he left no greater fitna than what?
Women and
guess what?
Perfume.
You talk about because in the
Well, no, not
Wait.
those are what he liked personally.
Yeah.
But the fitna that was left.
So
Women.
So
Women.
when people use that argument, I'm like, well, I was raised in in beautiful land, lived my whole life, from Hijaz. Back in my days, in the 80s and the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Sister
Well, a
were
long
with
time
niqab,
ago.
they still get thrown numbers at them.
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
A niqab?
No,
Yeah, of
niqab
course,
is
of
most of
course.
them.
Dude.
They still get the numbers thrown at them, or they throw numbers to the guys.
Mashallah.
That lifestyle.
You know why? Because it's not the look, it's the situation.
Yeah.
Because remember, back in the day, even if you read biblically these stories of Tamar and Judas, you read these stories, right? She's sitting full niqab.
Yeah. Used to be royal, actually.
But she was
Royals.
the place. He didn't know who she was. It was his daughter-in-law. He didn't know who she was, and she's sitting in a place that the sharbota would sit, the prostitute would sit, right? She's sitting in that, but she's niqab down.
Yeah.
He didn't even know who she was. So I'm saying that. So it's the spaces that a woman could be in. That's why you know to give the number because they're in that certain space.
Yeah.
It's not what they're
Didn't
wearing.
you say they used to do it at the mall, right?
Yeah, at the mall.
And now, of course, now is open,
Yeah.
in Jeddah, different
now
places.
it's
And now you can get
Now
Justin
it's
Bieber's
like-
number.
Yeah. You can
Nicki
get
Minaj.
all the
Nicki
stuff.
Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Manhaj and Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber.
In the double, right? Okay. All right, Jawad. A sister is online with clown makeup and hijab that is not ghira.
Maybe she works for the circus, akhi.
For the circus. Tammy said,
Don't want to judge, brother.
Barnum and Bailey.
yes, Tammy said, no woman or man is happy about being divorced. That's true.
Yeah.
No, some men.
Some are happy? Yeah. Do the dance.
Some men are.
Some men are. There you go. Yeah.
Oh
my God.
Some men and some women are.
Yeah.
No, you're doing such a great job. But look, so some men and some women
Yeah.
are happy about being divorced, okay? But then you know what happy is? It's like going through the what do you call that? It's called the stages of
The grief.
Stages of grief.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're gonna be like, I was like that with my first wife, my second one. My third one, fourth, fifth. Now, it's some of them.
Yeah.
I like. Oh, why did I get in that situation? And some of them like, why did I leave that situation?
Yeah.
You know,
You see a sock they
just
left
because
behind.
she asked for a divorce, didn't mean I had to give it to her because she didn't want it. She didn't want it.
It was a tactic.
She wanted her way. She wanted her way.
Yeah.
But Allah don't let us play
Yeah.
with it beyond 3 pronouncements. You know what I'm saying. So again, I'm serious. Like I should have kept. And it's really mostly about the kids.
Yeah, that's a sad.
Mostly about the kids.
Because most of the time, the kids are the
keep
one
the
that.
family.
Yeah, because I didn't know. I thought that they would marry another Muslim brother. I would
Yeah.
get my rights upon my children. I thought it would go that way. No,
Not in this land.
It don't
Well,
go
not
that
in
way,
any land,
buddy.
actually.
It don't go that way. You end up
because
putting a knot upside another Muslim brother's head over
Because-
your kids. That's not.
because according to
That's against brotherhood.
according to our deen, when the divorce happens, usually the kids, if the male child, when the son becomes 7, then it moves with the father. With the daughter, if she becomes 9 or when she reaches puberty, then she moves with the father. Tell me any sister does that. Tell me a sister will give her kids to the husband, a good husband, of course.
No. It's always justification.
Yeah, and they end up going where?
My child is better off with me.
Right.
According to whose religion?
That's what
I always ask myself, according to whose deen?
Yeah.
What God do you have that counters what Allah Ta'ala says? You know what I'm saying? And then when they remarry, it's a whole, the man that I did a thing on that. Dear baby daddy, I have good news and bad news.
Yeah.
I did a show on that. Exactly. And I was talking about that when a man enters this situation, don't just be, you say, well, I'm qawam over my wife, but she can handle her own affairs. That's a contradiction. You need to walk in and say, look, who kids are you got in tow?
Yeah.
Why these kids are not with their fathers?
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's child support in Islam.
Right.
Child support is not going to the Kafirs
Right.
getting a certain amount. Because if I claim minimum wage, you're going to get minimum wage child support. If I claim less than minimum wage, if I claim just extreme poverty, then you're going to get that much. I heard of dudes paying $50 and $15 a month. Oh, I wish I was one of them.
In Philadelphia, there's a father rights movement that they're trying to, change some legislation about. I think their objective was they wanted 50-50. That means they want the kids with them for a week and the kids with their mom for a week. They're trying to fight to change this, but the attorneys were saying that we cannot allow this to happen because the state not going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, of course.
It's capitalism.
That's it.
So they're gonna
They make the majority money on interest.
yeah because
They deposit that
yes,
money.
Yes, they actually make
Hold it, let it accrue some interest
of
for
course.
days even.
Yeah.
Then that's why banks don't that's why they have a hold on money.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to accrue interest.
Yeah. No,
it's not about
I used to run banks
Yeah.
back in my
So
Catholic days.
because of capitalism ideology and all this stuff. So they're going to utilize because men work a lot. They work hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened? They destroy the children. They destroy the fathers. And unfortunately, that's what we have. That's why even among the non-Muslim, this concept of attacking men, masculinity is happening even among them, right? And some women are waking up. Unfortunately, the Muslims are always late. They're still stuck in this modern way of thinking of how to raise a family, and this is why we have an issue about this concept. So this is all I had to share a few of the things from the Quran and a few of the things from the Sunnah about what does rajula means in Islam, the masculinity from Islam, because a lot of time we talk about this concept, but we never, other content creators, sometimes they don't bring the deen in the subject, very few brothers, mashallah, the one we know that, alhamdulillah, here and there. But you all have anything else want to add besides what I said? Anything else?
I think we touched it, tackled it.
Okay.
The discussion can always continue. You can direct message. You can request.
Even the comment
you can
section.
request topics.
Yeah.
Comment. Stuff like that. And
One-on-one.
yeah, no,
He quit.
I ain't doing no one.
Right, and what's so we talk about the masculinity, rajula, shajan, all this stuff. So what about unutha, the femininity from the feminine side? What about that? I didn't get a chance to look at the stuff, but if y'all have any,
Allah simply says in the Quran, that the man qawamin ala
Yep.
nisa, right? They will govern us, maintain us, manage us over the women, protect us over the women, right? And the law says, because the law says why? Because he gave one more strength than the other, and we support them from our means. And they're not to support us from their means. That's allowed them to support us.
Yes.
But that's al-misyar, marriage, which is there's a concession,
Yeah.
a marriage where you give up some of your hukuk, your rights, what have you. But nevertheless, the norm, we're talking about the norm, right?
Okay.
Because like for instance, about being alone with the woman, there are women I can be alone with. I can be disrobed, and they can be disrobed, and I'll never touch them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's true. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean I can be in that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's a general rule that must be respected.
Yeah.
So we have the general rule of marriage, right? And then we have those women that have more or better than us, right? And they say, look, I don't need you to maintain me. I need you to protect me, and I need you to
Satisfy me.
satisfy me intimately and give me companionship.
Yeah.
Which is a big one.
Yeah.
We're talking about that tomorrow. Astronaut marriages.
What time? 7?
7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
o'clock.
Central Time.
But the point is this: Allah says, therefore, the righteous women, when she's being maintained and protected and managed correctly, therefore the righteous women are what? Devoutly obedient, and they guard in their husband's absence what Allah would have them guard. They don't put their husband in a shameful light.
And that word obedient and submissive is like a triggering to a lot of modern women these days. This is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even says that, وَلَا فَلَا تَقَلَ مَنْ أُفٍ وَلَا تَنْهَرُمَا. When it comes to the parents, don't even say the uff to your parents.
Don't even say that, yeah.
Right? We obey our parents. The qaida sharia is what? لا طاعة لمخلوق في معصية الخالق. That means there's no obedience to the creation in the disobedience of the creator. That rule applies to everybody. Whether rulers, fathers, mother, the whole Muslim, the believers. So when we obey Allah and Muhammad, we do not disobey any human being in the haram. Right? So, and inshallah we're going to talk about the second Muslim head, because this was what some of the unfortunate sisters did to Baba Ali when he talked about the subject, I think last week, about the concept of submissive. You want to be really a successful marriage life, you have to understand what submissive mean to men.
Yeah.
But they always look at it as something negative.
Okay, sister posted on Facebook, she said that something about don't just no woman is going to follow the lead of a man that may lead her off a bridge. I'm like, okay, are you talking about following the lead of a stranger in line at the supermarket? Are you following the leadership of a man you pass by on the road? Are you talking about your husband?
Yeah. Because
Why did you marry him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why did you marry him? To get the dowry?
Maybe.
To get the benefit? Right?
That's capitalism. And
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So don't say no woman is going to follow. Say no wife is going to follow a husband that's going to lead her off a bridge.
Yeah. That makes sense, because the same
That makes
principle,
sense.
No. I don't think it makes sense. I think that they should not marry a man that you can't obey.
okay,
if you're not in an obedient mode, you're not in a submissive mode, if you're not in feminine frame, stop marrying brothers and destroying their lives.
Okay, when you mentioned that,
Stop doing it.
When you
That's a
mentioned the
good point.
bridge thing, correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought what she meant not to follow in haram. That's what I understood. I could be wrong. That's what I understood.
Well, off a bridge could be haram or into ruin.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought.
It can be that y'all have a standard of life. He's making like stupid investments.
Yes.
Every time he hear about a new carrot juice, he invests in the carrot.
NFC, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Organic.
It's a funny joke that Norm Macdonald got. He said,
Norm Macdonald.
forget everything you know about bread. He said, okay, you did it? He said, yeah, I got it. He said, I got a new invention. It's called bread. bread is good.
Yeah.
So you got to make people forget about. Now they coming out with stuff now. My wife got me on this. I have to do a detox cleanse.
Was in a diet? You've been done on every time.
I have to do a detox cleanse because
Wow.
I can't tell her like. I can't. So I said, yeah.
Is she watching?
I said, just tell me what to drink. I'll drink it. And this is the issue. So they got this new thing called carrot juice.
Ooh.
Really?
Is it good for your eyes? Is it good for your eyes?
That's what I'm talking about. see, now they done reinvented the carrot.
Yeah.
So it's like, forget everything you know about bread. I got a new invention.
Just eat carrot.
Bread. You know what I'm saying?
But good for your wife for taking care of you.
Yeah. Yeah, she should say
You know what I mean?
because I'm getting older. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrot juice is good for detox.
No, it's good for your
It's
eyes.
good for your eyes. There's a lot of vitamins in carrot.
You know,
what?
Vitamin
She
C,
said I need to
vitamin-
take a shot of carrot juice every morning before I go.
Yeah, you know, but there's a story. A brother
just eat a carrot.
told another guy about the benefit of carrot. So he went to the supermarket in the vegetable area,
Uh-huh.
and guess what he did?
What?
He stirred the carrots.
He's
Good for the eyes. Good for the eye.
No, but check it out though.
Stir up the carrot.
A woman is not going to follow the leadership of a man that may lead her off a bridge, right?
Look at this guy.
I need to figure out.
That carrot's
I need to
powerful.
figure out why did you get into that relationship with that particular individual? Because there's one sister, mashallah. This sister was
What? Awesome? Fine? What?
Boy,
Brother,
this
you
sister
cannot
this
say
sister
that.
was fine, bro. It's a Moroccan sister, man.
Oh, she was fine. Islamically.
If you like Negro woman. So
He
anyway,
loves
so I'm saying like this Moroccan sister had got divorced from this man, right?
Okay.
And she was demanding some rights after the divorce. So she comes to me and say, "Hey, I need you to handle this situation. Discuss with him."
Yeah.
So before I discussed with him, she said, "Well, I need to let you know that he's Shia, right?" I said, "Are you Shia?" She said, "No." I said, "Why did you marry Shia?" She said, "Brother, I don't want to." Brother
There
had
you
money.
go.
He was an engineer and he had money.
There you go.
So women, what they'll do, they like an aspect. She liked the lifestyle he could give her,
Right.
So he married her knowing that he believes in
Dangerous.
I'm not saying all Shia, but
Yeah.
Yes.
he was one of those ones that may believe in some stuff like you wouldn't really marry your daughter to. Because they have a certain concept.
Right.
But she
Right.
married him. I said, and like the whole subject just changed.
Yeah.
I said, why'd you marry a Shia?
Yeah.
Are you Shia? No. Why'd you marry a Shia? She said, brother, I don't want to talk.
She knows wrong.
That's exactly what I'm talking
Yeah, that's the
about.
problem. Because she knows
That's exactly what I'm talking
what
about.
she did was wrong.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she went, yeah.
Yeah. But
She was cashing out.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see the post that I'm not going. No, a woman is not going to follow the lead of a man and going to lead off a bridge.
well, it depends on.
They marrying bridge workers.
Yeah.
All right.
They marrying
Bridge workers.
bridge architects.
Blind
That's what
bridge-
they're marrying.
Blind bridge workers.
Yeah.
Blind bridge
You
workers.
know?
Yeah, but they
Then they're complaining after the fact.
Oh, it's over here.
So
One
here
more
we-
step. One more step.
Here we go. Tammy says, SubhanAllah, I have never heard this topic from any imams in my Muslim life. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you, brother. Jazakumullah khair. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna hear a lot of stuff out of my mouth you ain't never heard before.
yeah. Jawad says, I agree. And then we have Sister Danielle said, hi, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Anything else?
We're good. I'm good.
Anything
How
else
are you
about
guys?
anything else we need to
Well-
cover about the femininity?
I'm well satisfied.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because your wife is happy. That's why.
With a carrot juice. Right? Happy wife, happy life, right? A'udhu billah.
It's
All right, so are we gonna? We haven't. So with the femininity, we have. I mean, if again, it's up to the audience. If you all want us to talk about femininity from the Quran and Sunnah in detail, let us know in the
I think we
comments.
should. I think
we'll
we
do it
should.
again.
That will be another topic. Yeah.
Yes,
We have to
because
find
Or-
the
is,
deleted.
that, is that more for ex faculty?
well, I mean, it can be here too. I
Yeah.
mean, it's up to Yum Yum because the research that I read, they also cover the femininity. What I covered today is only like probably 5%.
I would love to go into.
There's more, but we just pick them, whatever we can pick. But inshallah, if you all want about the femininity from the Islam perspective, we can talk about it inshallah next time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should, inshallah.
So let's now, right now, let's jump to.
Shaking my Muslim head.
Right. So I think last week, Baba Ali, if you have a Clubhouse app, he has a room called Single Muslim where he, mashallah, goes there, gives some advice to brothers and sisters. More than 1,000 people show up.
A lot of values.
A
lot of value.
lot of values.
Yeah.
So the other day he talked about the subject called the S word. He
Which
basically
was
talking
submissive,
about
right?
submissive. Yeah.
Okay.
So he basically spoke the
Submission, rather.
truth that nobody wants to hear. And after 3 hours, you have these sisters that go on the stage and still disagrees with him. Regardless of the case, it was a good, conversation at that time. He actually showed me that some of the sisters created another room just to backbite, just to talk all things negative about him.
They turn replays off too, so you can't hear it.
Yeah.
Again.
So I guess Baba
I was
Ali
in that
was-
room.
Oh, you were
I
right.
caught it towards the end. I didn't really know it was in reaction to that talk because I didn't hear that talk.
They do that all the time, actually.
But then this brother Omar.
Yeah. He was there?
Yeah, he came. He was getting back channeled
Oh.
about that. People were saying, "Hey, man, there might be some what is it called?
Ghiba?
Ghiba going on.
Yeah.
So he said, hey,
Backbiting,
we shouldn't be doing this. We're Muslims. So he called it out, and then I was like, oh, I see. I kind of like see what was going on.
When I talked to Ali, he said like they do it all the time. So I thought, oh, mashallah, you get all the blessing. You know what I mean? For them to backbite.
Well, I was thinking. I said, man, Ali's gonna become the next Kevin Samuels.
Yes.
Kevin Samuels Muhammad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, because see the thing about it, the next step is to counsel.
Yeah.
So the next step is to call for his counsel.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll
Cancel culture.
and it's those
Cancel you.
we call them uncomfortable truths.
Yeah.
See, the Muslims don't like uncomfortable truths so much that they will lie,
Which is even
or,
worse.
or cover. They make kafara over evidences that contradict their opinion, which shows insincerity, extreme insincerity. Like for instance, Hussein radiallahu anhu spoke about khuruj, about removing Yazid and khuruj, removing the leader and stuff like that. They claim it never was spoke about by the Sahaba.
Wow.
I'm saying that's what they claim, but then the evidence showed different.
Yeah.
They say hold the leader by the hand, take him into an alley, and pleasure him. I mean, with your words, nice words, to make him feel good.
Yeah.
With your words, that they say that's the only way you can correct a ruler. What ruler can you get close enough to touch their hand?
Yeah.
What ruler can you even advise nicely and in private? It doesn't happen. The mechanism is not there.
I mean,
okay.
remember the Safar al-Hawali back in the 90s when he gave advice? Look what they did to him. I mean, in fact,
he didn't even talk to the ruler. He was talking to Bin Baz.
Yeah, and in fact, when Bin Baz passed away, before he passed away, the Tullab al-Ilm approached him, and before his deathbed, he said, "Hey, you want to retract anything you mentioned?" Right? Especially about the Safar al-Hawali and Sama al-Uda. And subhanAllah, he didn't say anything. He just stayed quiet and passed away.
Well, then some people say he repented.
Some say that.
Some of them, Negroes, they say that they said he actually repented on his deathbed. Like, but you defended him the whole time. Why would he repent from something that need not be defended?
Yeah, because subhanAllah,
it's just so much contradiction, man.
Subhanallah,
La talbisul haq bil batil. You know what I'm saying? Don't cover the truth with falsehood, and that's what they do. They cover truth with falsehood.
If you remember, Sheikh, what's his name? Abu al-Ala al-Madudi, for the one who did the tafsir, mashallah. Very, mashallah.
So some people say he was Qadiani or this or that, man.
I don't think so, but
if you read his tafsir, man, he's like, you don't get that.
Yeah, his tafsir is very amazing. But Shirazi was telling me that there was a time that he said, let's say, voting was allowed or something like that. But before his deathbed, he said he was wrong. That I made a mistake. Yeah, I made a mistake. Something like that. So alhamdulillah. But the thing is, even right now, in Telegram, there is a group called Mu'taqili al-Ra'i fi Saudiya. So these are all the sincere scholars and some activists that are, subhanAllah, every day I check, every week, somebody unjustly in jail. And guess what? Some of them even princes. From the royal family.
Oh, from the family,
They're also in jail and stuff like that. So this is a lot. I mean,
anybody can get it.
Yeah, like Musa al-Qarni, Allah yarhamu, who was beaten on his head and his face and left in the cell. And so all this injustice happening, and I don't understand why a lot of some, not all of them, some Muslims are like extremely super bitter for not speaking about this injustice and stuff like that. So
if you tell them about it, someone will say, where's your proof that there's...
we have tons of, alhamdulillah, we have tons of proof.
They'll say, that's like, bro, what are you talking about?
Exactly. But going back to that, Baba Ali's room, mashallah, the name of the app is Clubhouse. Okay, someone asked, it's called Clubhouse. Once you join it, you can look for the group Single Muslim, because he does, I think, every Saturday, Sunday for several hours. So check it out. It's actually a good app. We can learn a lot of stuff there. I know Coach Kareem and other guys also use the app as well. We have our homeboy Ali Baraka. What's going on, Akhi? Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for tuning in. Where have you been?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Okay, so for the sisters or some of the effeminate, weak, white knight, male, modern men, brothers who backbite and attack, those who are calling for the teachings of the deen, especially when it comes to like manhood, we are basically
shaking our Muslim head.
All right, so any more questions, comments, let us know before we bounce. And don't forget to click share so others can benefit from this talk tonight. Okay? And as I mentioned before we end this, like if y'all want to learn from us about the subject of unutha or femininity from the Quran and Sunnah, let us know. We can probably do it next week. And what's the topic tomorrow?
The topic tomorrow is I forgot. It's astronaut marriages.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna touch on Zawajatul Mut'a.
Okay.
The
pleasure marriage.
Temporary pleasure marriage.
Temporary
marriage.
I'm gonna touch on that. Some of the rules of that. How it was implemented prior to Islam, after Islam.
We're not saying do it.
And when it was abolished, basically. So again, we're gonna talk about all of that, and we're gonna talk about astronaut marriages. Brothers especially that have basically given up or lost hope.
Subhanallah.
Perhaps when I discuss astronaut marriages, you may say, okay, I think I'll take that. Because it's called astronaut marriage. Actually, the title is Houston, we have a nikah.
It's not about Misyar, is it?
Well, I'm talking Misyar too.
All right.
So it says, Houston, we have a nikah. Astronaut marriages until we reach Earth, which means until we are grounded. Because the mystery, I'm afraid. I'm a polygynist, and I'm afraid to marry now.
So scared.
So I just hold on to my misery. I got one misery right now. And I hold on to my one misery.
And the carrot juice.
With the shot of carrot, I got to drink carrot juice now. So I'm saying
Carrot juice comes out.
I'm actually afraid. Orange tear. I'm actually afraid to marry again, bro.
Wow.
And it's not about her. She ain't running this. You know what I'm saying? I'm protecting my own deen and self. It's that person, man, that you think you got a good one. You know, they might look like Kevin Hart in the face. You know what I'm saying? And you got an ugly, and you think that they're going to act right because they ugly, and they still...
They're still wilding. They're wilding like they're...
How does it look?
Kevin Hart. Hey, look, man. So if you marry a woman that look like Kevin Hart in the face, you still gonna go through
still
issues,
not a
man.
guarantee,
Yeah, you trying to.
Yeah. I mean, subhanAllah. Look, I'm going to say this to some of the brothers who shouldn't lose hope and become like a ridiculous.
Yes, tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
7
Central
o'clock.
Time.
Exactly.
Never lose hope.
Don't lose the hope, because look, if there are, alhamdulillah, we're not perfect. We try to do our best in our deen and stuff like that. So if there are good brothers out there, for sure there are good sisters out there.
Absolutely.
You know, just because we see a lot of negativity in the media and everywhere and online doesn't mean they don't exist. Because you know why? Something valuable is not easy to find.
Yeah.
Hey, look. I have 3 daughters now. My 24-year-old daughter, I gave her an ultimatum of marriage, and she said she didn't want to get married or whatever. So, you know, whatever. But I got 2 daughters. I don't think I'll have a problem finding them a good husband. You know why? Because I keep good company.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah,
I keep good company.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I know brothers with with sons. They're good brothers. They're raising their children correctly. And if their children stay on the path, now we have a match.
Right.
Now we have a match. They got brothers, older brothers, like say Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah, who if my daughter gets a certain age and she want to marry him,
there you
she
go.
can marry him. You know what I'm saying?
MashaAllah.
That's just how it works. I have no problem with that. I'm passing my daughter on to the next wali. I'm passing her on to from security to security, right?
Facts.
So you need to make sure.
Security, yeah.
She's going to be in good hands. Yeah.
I'm saying I have to do that with my knowledge.
Right.
People I work with, keep company with, business with,
Exactly.
travel with. I got to stay
It's a
within
constant
that.
work.
And I'm not looking outside of that.
Yeah.
I'm not looking. He can be Tablighi, Salafi, Ikhwani. He can be whatever. They
As long
wanna
as they're
be.
Muslim.
Yeah. Long as they're Muslim, and because those titles mean nothing.
Yeah.
Believe me.
We
They
should talk
mean
about this
nothing.
later on, about this
title,
so-called madhab and
yeah.
whatnot. Before we hang up, quick, let's see, comment here. What's the name of the app? It's a Clubhouse.
Clubhouse.
Sister Tammy said, do it next week about the femininity.
Yeah. Maybe we should.
Perhaps.
I mean,
Yeah.
Just to
Okay,
continue the
let's do
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Danielle said, I have been waiting for this topic. Looking forward to it tomorrow. Yes, about the astronaut wives. Thank you. Don't forget 7 p.m. Central Time. And if you all enjoyed this, benefited from this, don't forget to share. And if you listen to disagreement, something we made a mistake, leave it in the comment and let us know.
Please,
Because,
please.
we can make mistake, and inshallah we'll do our best to
Well,
fix
you know what I noticed? Who was that? Was that I think Kevin Samuels have like 1 million.
Oh yeah.
Like 1 million. But if you watch this, like I don't watch his shows. I watch the highlights, savage moments. It's funny. It's funny. I used to watch it. I used to watch the full show. I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah, I do that.
Because it becomes.
I have no life.
So for me, it became redundant. It's a lot of redundancy, and I don't have a lot of patience for redundancy. But nevertheless, if you watch the comments, it's a lot of trolls. It's almost 50% trolls.
Yeah, but you have to be a member to comment. It's funny.
Yeah, they're paying for it. It's not free.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that
him a good money.
I'm saying the trolling and the scroll is going so fast you can barely see the comments. And the issue is that like I'd rather have a few that actually benefit than people just to come on just to troll.
But you said there was a system there before. Right?
Yeah.
But last week I've seen, mashallah, a couple episodes that women actually came and told him, look, I got the ring, thank you. I got the husband, thank you. I got engaged, thank you.
They're doing the work.
So, I mean, they're doing from their own way, right? Because he wants to bring that so-called family structure back, you know. But
if you're getting trolled, you're doing something right.
Yeah, that's another thing.
No, not really.
You don't think so?
Not really, because see, quantity gets you trolled.
Okay.
You have the example of I want to talk about it one
about the haters
about Hizb ut-Tahrir.
Yeah.
Hizb ut-Tahrir went from secret halaqah, vetting the members, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They went to open recruitment.
Right.
Destroyed the whole movement.
Yeah.
Destroyed it. Now the concepts are still there.
Right.
But not every member has the concepts. Believe me.
Yeah.
I talk to them. They don't have the concepts. You know what I'm saying? And a lot, not saying they, but a lot of them don't. And it weakened and destroyed the movement. You know what I'm saying? Like America tries to weaken the European Union by suggesting smaller, weaker, dependent countries to join and stuff like that. It's a tactic, bro. It's a tactic. So you don't do mass recruitment.
Yeah.
You have what? You have members, vetted, qualified members, right? They have a standard of living and understanding and character, right? Because they represent the movement. Then you have the supporters. That can be financial. That can be in any way they can help and support.
Right.
I'm saying they're not members. Remember, you got all these Muslims around the Rasul Muhammad sallam. Not all of those are Sahaba. If you think all of those are Sahaba, then you're going to have a problem. That means Sahaba have no standard.
Yeah.
But the Sahaba radiallahu anhum have a standard. So again, that mass recruitment, it destroyed. You went from Hizb ut-Tahrir was anti-Hizbiyah, which doesn't require intellect.
Yeah.
It's just it's the herd party mentality, right? Party partisanship is what they call it, right? They went from anti that to telling people join us.
It was quality versus quantity.
And then you say, join you? What do you mean? You haven't convinced anyone of anything. That's Hizbiyah. What's wrong with Hizbiyah? I say, I'm done.
It happens with every group, with every.
So you gotta protect from the infiltration, and from that you have to vet.
Yeah. So brother bro asking question: how can you be okay with marrying an innovator? Deen is the most important factor in marriage.
Well, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
In regards to what?
What do you mean? The innovator as in what?
Well, I guess.
Bid'ah.
If you follow the Salafi school of thought, then they use the.
You brought up the
Shia, the Ikhwani.
Wait. Anybody, if you're a Salafi, anybody's not a Salafi is an innovator.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Anybody's not a Salafi is an innovator.
Yeah.
Because why aren't they calling themselves Salafi?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
When I say Muslim,
that's dangerous, man.
When I say Muslim, what I mean by that, the Aqidah of La ilaha Muhammad Rasulullah.
Best.
Now you might have different understanding of the fiqh, you might have different understanding here and there, and that's going to happen. So what indicates you're on the haqq or not? And this is a subject about the so-called the 73 sects and whatnot, and people who claim they're the saved one, but in reality, if you go deep down in the history, it's actually way more than that.
Allah is He who named you Muslim.
Yeah. وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say, do not die. He said, وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Die in the state of Islam
and you know
as a Muslimin.
They attacked a sheikh that Mufti Munir really respects.
Yeah, Mufti Munir is a good Salafi.
The sheikh said one thing that the Salafi movement disagreed with. So they counseled all his books, all his lectures, all the good he did. They counseled it because he said one thing they don't agree with.
Yeah,
and most likely it was some political that benefited the ummah.
Yeah,
I'm saying so. He said one thing that benefited the ummah, and they went against him. So Mufti Munir, he comes out with the talk. He's saying that
I'm looking for the sound. It's not there.
This fiqh najiyah, this Firqa Najiyah, right? This
Yeah.
saved sect. He say they don't call themselves Salafi. They may be up within the Tabligh Jamaat. They may be within the Salafi, within the this, within the Sufi, within the He said these are not one group of people. He said, what gave you that idea that these are a group of people that call themselves something? Because I know Salafis that don't follow the Salaf in nothing.
Yeah.
Even the Arab clothes you're wearing, they didn't wear those type of Arab clothes back then.
Right.
Yeah.
With that stiff collar, you can't. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but nevertheless, I know Sunnis that don't follow the Sunnah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shia, that are no part of the party of Islam. You know what I'm saying? So again, all these different titles, Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah and all this different thing, man, look, drop the titles and be Muslim.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna adopt the title, how about you be Muslim first?
Yeah, because
You haven't even reached Muslim yet.
I just mentioned وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا أَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't say وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ وَلَا أَنْتُمْ سَلَفِيُّون سُنِّيُّون شِيعِيُّون.
Exactly.
Right? Then if you go to the basic concept of the Aqeedah of Tawheed, the hadith, the very popular hadith we were taught when we were like 6 years old, first grade. What was that? The Jibreel alayhi salam. When he came to Muhammad sallam to teach the Sahaba, right? What's the Arkan? What's the Iman? What's the Ihsan?
Yeah.
That's Tawheed right there.
Yeah.
What else do you need? All the other stuff about Tahawiyya and this and Wahhabi and
They
all
just want
this, they make it so complicated.
Mutakallimin, that's all.
You know, I mean, even
Khalafi.
Khalafiyya, right?
Yeah, Khalafi.
Even Imam Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullah alayhi, I mean, he actually used some of the science of the kalam.
Yeah.
Came up with these, sort of things, but wallahi, the aqeedah is not that complicated.
It's not.
But they make it so complicated. I'm like, you turn into an academia. No,
They make Aqidah a scholarly issue.
but it's not.
Which in turn means you can't know your deen unless you are a scholar.
Right.
Which in turn means you're not even qualified to take Shahada, but go ahead and say it anyway.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
That's why when you study the history of the Muslim, when you study the Sykes-Picot Agreement, when you study how the colonial power made sure that the Muslims are divided, not because the concept of nation state doesn't exist in the Sharia. If you study the Al-Fiqh al-Siyasa al-Islami, you will notice that there is no nation state. What happened to the history, of course, some of the Khulafa might not be perfect, but they still ruled by the deen. They did not rule by anything else.
Yeah.
So when you use that example, there's no comparison
Not
of
at all.
nowadays. Does that make sense?
It's not even source of Hukm Sharia, so I don't understand, that it's really malicious. Then they mention, do you know in 19 such and such did like so? Like
Yeah.
what's the point of mentioning the fault of a Muslim? And like I
dead and
mentioned,
gone.
I put up one post. I say nobody slanders the scholars more than those that say the flesh of the scholars is poison.
Yeah.
You notice the flesh of their scholars is poison, but the one they disagree with, they chop him up. They chop him up. So, like I say,
and-
sincerity has to reach this ummah.
And honestly, that is not. I think Coach Kareem was with Ustad Jibreel, and he was saying the same thing. What's up with this Muslim just attacking left and right? If you're a masculine alpha, you have a discussion, healthy discussion. We're ummah. We're supposed to unite, not divide.
Real talk.
Right? And it's,
We're not even open for dialogue unless we smelling the same smell.
Yeah.
Some people, they like to get together and smell each other. That's why there's no real doubt. There's no real dawah being done.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we all sit around and agree all the time. No, we have to sit around. Even the halaqah we have.
Yeah.
The halaqah is made to disagree.
Right.
I hope people are not doing the bobblehead.
that's what I'm
That's
frustrated.
the
You're
word.
actually supposed to disagree.
Yeah.
I be disagreeing.
Yeah.
I think this comes before that. This comes before that. Because you know what? When I learn that knowledge, I have to disseminate. And when I disseminate, I have to put it in words that I actually adopt and I actually agree with.
Becomes part of you.
I cannot parrot somebody else's thing. Because when I get the crucial questions, I'm not going to have an answer.
Yeah.
It's not going to be consistent.
Yeah. So again, part of the masculinity is to not just shut everybody out, have a conversation. Wallahi, look, I want to say this, but I see this kind of phenomena very well among the non-Muslims. When they sit down and discuss different viewpoints without shouting and yelling. But this other so-called movement, the safe sect, I call it Saudiology. Because it came from there, made there, and the British pushed it because they pushed the Sufis and Tablighi to create pacifism, and so the Muslim can be weak, and they created this other one so you can be a hypocrite. I was born and raised in Arab Hijaz, so I know how all this knowledge. I know
There's
how
so
things
much
work.
hypocrisy, man.
Yeah, I can even write a book, but not right now, right?
Islam is a picnic blanket and a white thobe. That's not Islam. You have to.
Man,
Right.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, that's a good analogy
Right.
right there.
Red Sea said,
funny, man.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Walaikum
barakatuhu.
salam.
Sister
Red
Tammy,
Sea.
I saw an imam in Egypt being arrested because he did not read the script the Egyptian military assigned every Jummah. May Allah make it easy on him.
I mean,
Anyway, so that's it. Sorry, for the night, and appreciate your time. We'll see you.
So next week, inshallah, femininity.
Yeah,
let's
let's
go
continue
through
the-
the evidences
From the Quran
about
and Sunnah,
femininity, and then and tomorrow, inshallah, astronaut marriages, 7 o'clock.
inshallah.
So this has been Amoo Yum Yum, Amoo Yum the podcast.
Islamically,